now. Let me just.
By the way, that's mature.
Oh shit! Oh wait, fuck. We're back. Alright, we're here. Welcome. Welcome. How's it going? Wait, is she watching One Piece in the background? We're here. Welcome.
That's definitely not One Piece.
Okay. Alright. I was about to say, dude. I was about to say. You know, she was like, yeah, I'm actually thinking of getting into anime. And I was like, oh, really? And then people were like, she's like, oh, what should I watch? And I was like, oh, One Piece. And then it's like, oh, really? She's like, oh, what should I watch? And I was like, okay, wait, I'm echoing right now. Okay. If the stream was like last time, I don't think I have to monitor my stream. But I'm just double checking. But okay. Now we started. So where do you want me to start? Do you want me to just ask a question and then we'll go, or do you want to like kind of like simmer a little bit, get a little like a relax for like 2 minutes, and then just be like, oh shit, we're back. You know what I'm talking about?
I choose lax.
Okay, just a little bit. So I'll just wait until you have like a ooh, here's like a cool nifty neat idea. You know what I mean?
I have this habit of whenever I'm laying down, and I know I'm not gonna, like, if I ever get into a state where I'm like, I'm just gonna relax and not do anything, I purposely think about the comic.
Yeah.
Like most of the time I do that. Like honestly, most of my ideas come from right before I fall asleep. And today I was doing that, but I accidentally fell asleep, and I feel like I forgot like really cool ideas. But from what I remember, I was thinking about like I was thinking about Odin and how like he's the big bad character of the story. So I want everything around him to be well written, because if he's the big bad, he's got to be well made to be like a good antagonist. So I was trying to think of like fucked up things that he could be doing throughout the story to make people hate him even more, because that's the whole intention.
You want to portray him as the bad, like from his actions or how people describe him. Like you know what characterization is? Like in like literature, there's like direct and indirect characterization. I learned this from fucking what's her name? Miss Bakar? You know what I mean? Oh shit! You remember that throwback, right? I actually liked her. I think she was pretty chill. But yeah, direct and indirect characterization. Like direct is like he's tall, he's black, he's you know that, right? And then indirect is like John Wick, like you know he actually killed somebody with a pencil. Like that's just that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. I would say I'm talking more indirect.
Right.
Because I mean, the only thing I feel like this is gonna diss every bald person. But,
Yep.
but the only thing that gave me antagonist vibes from him was the fact that I'm making him bald.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
I mean, he's also rich, so like he's typically in a suit, like a dark suit, a lot. But other than that, I haven't really given him a super typical antagonist looks, supervillain type shit, because he's a businessman.
Like Lex Luthor. That's who he is, right?
Actually, yeah, Lex Luthor if he had powers.
Wait, so how is he evil? Like, is he evil because he exploits the poor, or like his like child labor kind of mean, or is he like he makes weapons of mass destruction, like that kind of shit? Like what? In what way is he in a businessman evil? Because you could go a lot of ways with that.
Yeah. And he's honestly one of the one of my characters that I have like developed, but compared to all the developed characters, he's like the least. But the main thing I have going for him is he he basically got fucked by his own country's system. Uh, was in poverty for most of his life,
Okay.
and then he gained the mentality of if you can't beat them, join them. So he became corrupt and
Mm-hmm.
like stepped on people on his way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Um, gained wealth, power, and then eventually started gaining control over the entire country through just like his wealth, but also his power. Because at some point because he has mind control, he starts taking control of the most powerful people in the country. He takes control of their minds, and he's controlling he's basically the Illuminati. Like at some point,
Damn. Damn.
but the Illuminati like
Oh,
scaled down in terms of like the amount of people that are in it,
Hmm?
because he's controlling 5 people at max, and one of them is in his organization, like being held hostage. So it's like a interesting, like it's basically somebody with the clairvoyance power. He's mind controlling her and using her the entire time. But
And
then
he
the
can see
other,
what she's seeing, kind of mean, like that in
yeah,
that
like
way,
she
clairvoyance.
kind of gets like a, yeah, she kind of has like a, fuck was it? You know Professor X, Cerebro, I think it was called.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
She has
yeah.
one of those deals. She puts it on, and it just puts what she's looking at all times on screens, and he constantly is watching those. So like he uses those to watch the people he's mind controlling,
Hmm?
to mind control them. It's it's kind of weird, but whatever. Um, so yeah, he's controlling her, then 3 like super powerful businessmen or women,
Right.
whatever, in the country, and then one other person who's like the 10 ring monster guy. He's doing that as well.
Wait,
Um,
can you tell me? Let's say he was a real person, right? Can you tell me what his personality is like? I wish there was like a thought experiment, like a way to brainstorm. That would be a really cool, neat way to do that. Like if you could describe him, like what was I saying? Is he? Because from the image that you're telling me, he sounds like the type of guy who's like, I get what I want. Like you know what I mean? He's like, if I have something I want, I'm like, I always get what I want type of guy. You know what I mean? Like he's entitled in that way. But like I'm assuming he's not a modest person, right?
no, but he's also not one for like.
A man like that has to have an ego. Like
The thing is, because of his motive, I don't want to give him that. Uh, he definitely is gonna have an ego, but it's gonna be something that's buried down behind his own motive, because his ultimate goal is to use the system that fucked him to give people more opportunity in the future, so people don't get fucked over like him.
mhm.
uh he's basically, he wants to gain control of everything, because if he's in control of everything, he can guarantee that everyone is safe according to his perspective.
Right.
um so because of that, like, he's not the type to flaunt in any sort of way.
Mhm.
But if when it comes down to it, like, I can definitely, he's the kind of character where I could see if he's about to be defeated, he would just be in complete denial. Like, there's no way, after everything I've done, there's
Yeah,
no
like
way, all this power,
I
you're
don't
not gonna
lose.
take it away. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's definitely where his ego would come in, when he's like really pushed up against the wall. But well, I guess in a way, he does have a big ego because he's overconfident. Like, he just really believes
Like
that.
is he the type to be like, I'm the only person that could be like, you know how like Thanos, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm the only one that is able, has the will to do this, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because that's
but
an ego.
not-
That's an ego for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. not as extreme because like, I mean, obviously Thanos is carrying the weight of like half of the fucking universe
Yeah.
after he kills them. But like, yeah, because there's also another
Yo,
element.
Lindsay.
to his-
Sorry, hold on. You need to back up. Like
Oh,
you,
my bad.
Yeah, you need to back the fuck up, bro.
Sorry,
It's bothering me, dude. Jesus.
Sorry, bro. Is that good?
Your face takes
Sorry
up
about
most
the
of your
camera
screen,
quality.
dude. Okay. All right. Just like. There you go. There you go. That's
Right
better.
there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Here we
Sorry.
go.
I'm so sorry. It was just bothering. She was like staring into my soul, bro. Okay.
Sorry.
Alright, there we go.
But yeah, there's a wait, you know, remember that the concept, the cons I was trying to think of, like the when you overuse your ring power, you lose control of it.
Mhm.
I was thinking of like rolling with that idea, making Odin have this specific kind of drug that stops ring takeover, but it's also
Ooh.
extremely, like, it's an extreme detriment to his health.
That's kind of cool.
So he's constantly on that said drug because he's constantly mind controlling people. And I guess because of that, he could have that mentality of, oh, I'm the only one who can do this. I'm the only one who's willing to like go to these lengths to change the world.
Right.
Because he's putting himself through hell.
Right. That's actually. Shut up. Man. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. If you have a character, like, is he a type of character that you want to invest in? Like, is he like, oh, I want to see what he's gonna do next, because like I empathize with him, or because, okay, like I don't know if you do this, but sometimes when I watch like really shitty, scary movies, I have like hold on, number 4, boom, baby, yeah, and the buttons. Okay, let me change up. Yo, Josh, what's up? How's it going? Long time no see. I see you. I haven't seen you, but like I hear, you know. Oh, he's doing good too. Okay, I see you. Okay. This podcast is okay. All right. Okay, hold on. I gotta change. So I don't know if you can't see it you can't see it right now, but on stream you're Lindsay right now. So I gotta change that. All right. So hold on. I hope it works.
Oh, I'm so fucking glad I have
Jackie. Oh, Josh. There you go.
I've seen all y'all in a long
Okay.
time.
Yep. Wait.
Good, man.
I gotta change it. All right.
You're Eli.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, work. Oh, there it is. Oh, you're me. You're me right now. I see you. I see you, my boss. Okay. Oh, you're all the way at the back. I gotta set this up so like, you know, once I get used to it, it'll be good. But right now we're like growing pains. You feel me? Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah, this is definitely. This feels like what growing pains is.
Yeah. There you go.
Like how everything stops.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Continue. Also, Josh, don't mind, like, if you have questions, don't mind to also, like, you know, input, because like right now how the segment is going to work is he's going to talk about his, and then we have questions, and then we go back and forth, so on and so forth, and then I go to my segment, and then we do and then we do this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All right, you get the idea. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Were you asking me a question or was I talking?
No, I think I was saying to Lindsay like to back up a little bit.
Yeah.
No, that was a while ago. Never mind.
Oh shit.
You guys continue. I will be right back.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Great. I don't know exactly what I was saying. Something about Odin and motive and drug.
Wait. Yeah. I was asking like. I was saying. Okay. In scary movies, there are like these like fucking B grade scary movies. There's some villains that are like. You just want them to win. You know what I mean? Like, because they're such a force of nature that like when you see them on screen, you know someone's gonna get fucked, and so you're like, yeah, fuck them up, like that kind of shit. Or is it like There isn't another. I can't think of another example of this, but like a character that is bad, that when they lose, you kind of feel bad, but you also know like, yeah, you kind of deserve that shit. You know what I mean? Oh shit! Was a cameo. Okay, see my boys. That was a light.
I'll get back to it.
Okay.
Very bad.
I'm gonna get a drink. All right, Lindsay. Entertain the stream. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
No problem. Right. Alright, guys. Well, just me right now. So, guess we're gonna vibe. Oh, looks so fucking good on this camera. Like, look at the half of my face. Get rid of this acne shit. Ooh, damn, boys. Whew. Okay. Whew. Okay, looks like we got one back. Someone's coming back. Who's that? Oh, it's Noel. Yeah, he's back in the house, boys. Oh shit. Oh shit, we got John in the house. Oh no. What's good, dude? Yo, John, what's up?
Oh baby. Oh, I'm back. Hold on 1 second.
John.
Let me just put this on real quick. Oh shit! Oh Noel, you have the same setup. I see you, my boss. I see you. Okay, hold on. Let me go number 5.
Why
Oh,
does
fuck.
Noel look like a fucking bisexual?
What?
Shit.
Is that it? What was that, John? That was uncalled for.
Yeah.
You're trying to see my M4?
Hold on. I have to like, cause I haven't had 5 people on in a while, so I'm gonna like, I have to like change it up so that it lines up with the border of the shit, you know? Okay. Oh shit! Shit!
What the fuck is it?
Shit.
That was his little brother.
Oh no, you gotta cut that beard.
Why?
Why are you hating, bro?
No, weird cut.
Why are you hating, bro?
I'm just not used to him looking like that.
Don't be mean, dude.
I'm too lazy.
I understand that. Yeah, I wish I could grow my facial hair.
No, maybe you should focus on
so
actually
basically
like
you're
getting
jealous.
better.
No, it's not that. It's just the army doesn't let me grow. I mean, I can grow
Yeah.
facial hair.
Yeah.
but
I
don't.
know. I remember seeing it.
Yeah,
The
it's gotten thicker, bro.
Motherfucker.
I look more Hispanic than Asian now. Why?
It's good, man. It's good. It's
I'll
good
get some
content, bro.
cookies.
Hold on. Like I said, we're going back to growing pains because I gotta. I don't know what I'm saying. Shit, bro. Okay. Okay, and then I gotta increase the filter. Like that.
I will be right back, guys.
Oh, right. Okay.
Is there any way that you can make the everybody's screens bigger?
Huh?
Is there any way that you can make everybody's screens bigger?
Right.
or is
So
it
that's
just
that.
like-
So okay. I see what you're saying because there's a lot of negative space at the bottom, right? However, I can't change the I don't want to change the disc like because when you see how Discord how it sets up like 3 people, 2 people at the bottom like that, I can't like I don't want to change that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it gets really complicated if you want to like move them around or whatever. Because it stays like full screen the whole time, and all I'm doing is just changing the border or whatever, right? But in the future, I'm just gonna have more stuff at the bottom. You know what I mean? Like, there's more shit, right? Maybe ads. I don't know. Shit. Okay. Merch. You know.
Yeah.
But right now it's just growing pains. You feel me? Okay. All right.
So
These headphones get a little like annoying a little after a while, right? Because like your ear starts to hurt.
actually, the other Apple,
Yeah. Same one's yours.
yeah, these ones have been the only ones. Like I've never had another brand fit my ear so right.
Hmm.
So I'm chill with these.
Fucking brand whore.
What the fuck up?
Oh
Okay.
shit! You know what? I can show you my phone case. I remember you said you want to see that. Look.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
dope.
fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome.
Damn.
I love
What's
that
the price
shit.
for it?
I fucking
That's
love that.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
How much was it?
Nice.
It was a gift, so I don't know.
That's a fucking amazing gift. I'll tell you that. Shit.
Yeah.
By the way, the lighting's better, right? On my side? It used to
Yeah,
be red,
I
now
mean,
it's okay. Good stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alright, good. Okay.
Is the camera good first? Before
Yeah,
we
yeah.
go?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, thank
Alright.
you.
Do you want to continue?
You want me, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I mean, you were in the middle of
Oh, right.
villaining.
Right. Yeah, I'll just ask you a question.
Oh,
So,
you can ask me your list?
no, not the whole thing, just like one.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Alright.
Keep in mind, I wanted one thing, maybe I could like ask this and then you could like think about it while you're talking about more of yours. I wanted this episode especially to be a little more development on the first chapter. Because that's what matters the most, let's be honest, okay? Right?
For you?
No, for both of us. I mean, you're not gonna start at like, you know what I'm saying? You want to start at, you gotta start somewhere. You need to know
Yeah.
how you start. So that's the, you know, I wanted both of us to have, not the whole thing, but have some idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm gonna say. It's not really a question, but you know, just wanted to bring that up, right?
Mm.
Yep. I'm gonna be late. Oh shit, Mashure's gonna get on, but he's gonna be late. I see you, my boss. Okay.
Yes.
Um,
Ooh.
I think the podcast will be till 12, but the next segment. Wait, actually. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Depending on how much, cause like I don't know how much we can fill it, cause like we might go a little later than usual. So I don't know if anybody minds that. I don't fucking care, cause this is good shit. So
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as if I don't fall asleep again. it's all
Cheers.
good.
This is by the way, this is my second gear. Okay, this is my fucking. That's my second gear right here, boys. It's not sponsored. By the way, it's an amazing product. Amazing.
I want to try it myself.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty cheap, you know. But
Oh.
Josh, amazing product. Amazing product.
Red Bull.
All right, let's go.
Damn,
This is
bro.
foreshadowing, by the way. This is foreshadowing. All right, go ahead.
Okay then.
Oh my god, it tastes so like. Oh my god, guys. All right,
Hey,
go ahead.
Why you cringing right now, bro? You good?
What?
Because this is cringe.
This is-
What is?
What's funny is the advertisement might be, but the product is amazing product. All right,
Shut up.
go ahead.
Doubling down. Are you gonna ask me a question?
No, I said that wasn't the question. I was just saying that I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were okay, but before we left for our small break, you were asking me like, what kind of villain is Odin gonna?
Yeah, like, okay, I don't know if you have your first appearance of him in your mind yet, but what is the, like, for example, when you think of certain villains, you can think of their vibe that they give off. For example,
Yeah.
like I said, when I go back to the B-grade scary like horror movies, some villains, you actually want to root for them because the main characters are actual pussies. Like they do the dumbest shit, so you want them to just whoop their ass. That kind of thing, right? So do you have like a vibe set for Odin and how he's perceived by the audience? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you want him to be perceived by? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's very important. That's what let people put him on a tier list and be like, oh, he's S tier, and that one of those things is going to be that for a reason for that. You know what I mean? It's very important. It's the appeal of the character.
I would say for the most part, he's the kind of villain. Oh my fucking god!
I have to switch back and forth. I have to keep in mind this is it's great product, but like it's very dehydrating at times. So you got to switch back and forth because you don't want your piss to just start looking like the product. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
definitely not.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Anyways, I would definitely say for the most part, he's the kind of villain that when he gets his ass beat, everyone will be very satisfied. But I don't want him to be that 100%. So I tried to make his backstory like very sad to like gain some sympathy from his actions, even though everything he does is fucked. But yeah, I mean, he's basically the main reason why the protagonist has issues. Like because he's behind every big negative thing that's happened in
where he's the
Korra's
crux.
life.
He's the genesis of that. Like he didn't technically do it, but he was the chain reaction to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was destiny in a way.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Is there more on the character that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I was trying to think of. So I have this old character that I've taken out of the story for some time now, and every fiber in my being wants him in the story still.
Right.
So I was like, how can I get him in? And I was thinking, what if Odin had a son? But then I was thinking, that doesn't make much sense considering I feel like he would not want to waste his time with having a child, raising it, having a potential wife. Then I was thinking, okay, let me get around this. He raped somebody.
Okay.
And then I was like,
What the fuck?
you know what? That's also not that fitting because he's a bad guy, but he's not that bad.
He has a limit. He has a limit. Child labor, that's okay. But you know, I like that.
Then okay, so what if he adopted? And then I'm just like, man, you know, he's supposed to be a bad guy. Like, I don't know. It's weird imagining him with a son. But honestly, that's the only way right now that I can think of implementing this character. But I just dropped it. Like a part of me was thinking, what if he this is really fucked, like morally. What if he with the clairvoyance girl or woman, he mind controlled her and impregnated her, like whether it be physically or like with like a fucking turkey baster or whatever the fuck you call shit.
Or like some dope breathe shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta remember that shit. Yeah, that shit was a throwback. Okay, I see. All right.
Something like that. But I'm just like, man, honestly, like I thought I was trying to make a shonen, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna not do that.
Pretty
That's
dark.
too much.
But then again, like some shonen has like very like dark subject matter. Like fucking Law, he had to hide in like the corpses of his peers to like hide from the troops that like were fucking exterminating everybody. You remember that shit? That was fucking that was dark, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, like the way One Piece portrays a lot of its dark stuff, it's so simply put and like not gory and it's not like too like graphic visually. So I feel like they can get away with a lot.
Yeah, like I think the way he portrays it is like to younger audiences, it's just like, oh no, it's something bad that's happened. It's like really bad. But to adult audiences, they're like, yo, that's kind of fucked. You know what I mean? So like I think that he's got a very cool like middle ground with that stuff. That's like badass, you know. It's
I was
really
actually
badass.
thinking about how to, because like I don't want to get too graphic. My fucking god. I don't want to get too graphic, like, and see people's heads get cut off and all the blood and shit come out. So I was thinking, like, I'm definitely gonna have a lot of scenes where you have silhouettes, and then it's like you know, like for example, like Gojo versus that volcano head dude.
Okay.
And how you ripped off his head.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like I would have scenes like that, but it would be super silhouetted and like minimal blood. If that makes
Wait.
sense.
I mean, you can also have the blood like splatter in the background or like a shadow of it as well.
Oh, like you remember in One Piece when Arlong shot Belmir's son? Remember the pink-haired lady? Like you didn't see like the crazy shit, but you know like how like it was kind of silhouetted in a way, and you just and then that kind of shit like that.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even
as long as it gets across, you know.
yeah, like even with Whitebeard, like had a fucking hole in his chest. It was just like a black hole with blood around it. You don't see intestines or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely what I would want to do because I don't want to get it. I feel like one, it's easier, but also like I'm trying not to make it too fucked.
Oh yeah, I think I see where you're getting at because one tells you something about the character and one tells you something about the series. So if you make it really gory and stuff, that tells you more about the series and not the character. But like if you just get the information across, you'll just tell them more about the character and the way the series portrays how bad it is tells you more about the series' genre more than what the action is. Because you can if you think about it, you can do some crazy like really dark shit, but depending on how it's portrayed in the series, it will tell you whether it's a seinen or shonen. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I guess like now I'm thinking about it, like Jujutsu Kaisen is like pretty gory, like bloody, but like it's a shonen somehow.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it is a darker themed overall because like although they have like the whole power system and they have demons and such, it's I feel like it plays more on the darker tones of everything.
Yeah, you remember that scene when this character who was like bullied like crazy and like the mom died and shit and like he got turned into a fucking yikes. And you remember that? That shit was tough. That was dark, but like I got it. You know what I mean? It's very. But yeah. Anyways.
I have nothing.
Okay. All right. Wait. Let's go to Josh because I think because Josh was like I've been taking notes like he thought that our video was like a fucking reference to like physics class or some shit. So I'm fucking. Let's see it.
Okay. Well, I did ask some of the questions on the side for like Noel, but
bring it up again.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I will, but I also have a few more.
Yeah. Let's start with the ones that we haven't heard yet.
Okay. When you haven't heard that I haven't asked at all.
Yeah. That way is like. Good content.
For like overall, it's just more like generic questions, more because I haven't been here a little bit, but I also wanted to see, for the dynamic of, I don't know if you have the name of the group yet, but like Odin's troop.
It's the Asgard.
Asgard. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
With Asgard, do you plan on making it like straight up Akatsuki, like they're like a secret organization that meets every so often, or is it going to be like
the Phantom Troop?
Yeah, like they show up here and there, they meet up where the head is, or is Odin going to be like, control tower? Here he is. Everyone like revolves around him, kind of thing.
It's definitely Akatsuki. Like
so not like Phantom Troop.
No. But the thing is, the same way. Well, actually, we never saw this in Naruto, where the Akatsuki like resembled the Phantom Troop in the sense that they were all together and they all fought against something or like did something together.
Oh wow!
So I guess I'm gonna have both because, at some point they're all going to have one goal and be like, okay, everybody get to your positions. We're all gonna do this one thing. I don't know what that thing's gonna be yet. Probably overtaking fucking Adam's kingdom or some shit. Who knows? But for the most part, they're spread out. Like everybody has their things to do, because like they're when I think of them like the Illuminati most of the time. So they're very in the shadows, but also they're very big figures. Like, for example, one of them is the most beautiful model in the world, so like everybody knows her.
The elites.
But she's also yeah, exactly. She's also fucked, but well known.
Also fucked.
I understand.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the answer you wanted.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to know if like, I mean, obviously you're gonna have to plan out events throughout the story, but that'll come with the story, right?
Oh, you know
Yeah.
the thing is with a group like that, anytime somebody is introduced, they have the potential to be like, oh, he might be part of the, and like the way you reveal it is massive. It's really important, right? So like it's like, you know how Fujitora became like, I'm gonna reference One Piece a lot, okay? It's like a fucking Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. So like, you know how Fujitora was like a marine, like he was, everyone find out he was a marine. That was massive, right? So imagine that same kind of like punch that it would have. So like when Hisoka was like, he got a fucking Spider-Man on his back, you know, that kind of shit. That was massive reveal. So like you could use that to your advantage in like a troop like that. You know what I mean? That's really cool. Yeah. So that's it.
Are you gonna have like a emblem / logo for them as well?
That's important.
I never thought about that. I'm not sure yet, but I like as far as being able to tell they are part of the organization. The only thing I thought of, which wasn't intentional, was that they if somebody calls them by like their code name, so like Odin or Thor or Hell, like if you hear somebody being called one of those names, you're like, oh, okay, they're a part of it. But visually, I haven't thought of anything, nor did I think that that didn't cross my mind of giving them like a phantom trope tattoo or like the red clouds type shit cloak.
It has to be a visual thing though. Like, you know how I didn't watch Bleach, but you know how the Bleach, I saw a video on this and I thought it was pretty cool. The mangaka, the way he designed I don't know what they're called, but like they all wear black and white. You know what I mean?
Captain.
Yeah, right? But like the way they dress is different, and it reveals something about their design and personality. That's very cool, you know. So
I've actually thought about that with the police force, because like this also kind of comes from One Piece, because you notice in One Piece, with a lot of like the higher ups, like because forget about like the foot soldiers, they don't matter.
Yeah.
But like the fucking like
admirals,
the vice
admiral, okay.
A lot of them look very different, but they all have the same jacket thing.
Right, they put it over their shoulders. Yeah, the coat.
Yeah, exactly. I love that idea, and I definitely want to play around with that. Like, I was also I was listening to Soul Eater's one of their endings, and I saw this piece of like art of all the characters, and they were all in like business attire. But the thing that like really stood out to me was you have there's three main guy characters of the main characters. One of them is like super goofball, loudmouth, obnoxious. One of them is very like serious, uptight, and then another one's kind of like also a goof. I don't know. How would you describe Soul, Josh?
He's like mellow asshole, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, their attire, the way they were all basically wearing the same thing, but it was all different at the same time, because the serious one, everything was like super clean.
Oh
like,
yeah,
cuffs,
fucking I don't know what this.
Exactly.
Ironed. Yeah, no wrinkles, nothing. Yeah.
And then you see like the goofball character, his tie is like hang, like it's like a loop, and then the tie's here because it's like loose.
Yeah.
Things up. Yeah. I was just looking at that and I was like, damn, it just tells you so much just based on how they're wearing their clothes.
Like when you think of the guy with the loose tie, he one day comes. You know how like I don't know if this is just Asian people, but when Asian people for some fucking reason like when they're drunk as fuck, they somehow get their tie wrapped around their head. You know what I mean? Right? Like, and then like their first appearance, the audience is like, how the hell do you get this job? Like how are you qualified, bro? Do you know what I mean? That's fucked. Yeah. That's funny. I love that. I love that. Like the Phantom 2 doesn't have anything like that. All they have that makes in common with them is like their tattoo that they have somewhere around their body, right?
Yeah.
But like the Marines, the captains from Bleach, Akatsuki, I don't know. I don't think the Akatsuki have the same like unique the wear that they have. But like just
It's
that in
like
general is
their
very
own
cool.
line.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hunter Troop kind of has it when that you see them because they do have their own outfits, but some of them are like the girl that has the vacuum cleaner. Her attire is literally just like a black turtleneck with like khaki pants,
Right.
and that's it. So it's like sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, but like the attire as in like as it relates to the group. So like meaning like there's like something huge in common with all of them, but they're very unique in their own way. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think that's fucking
that's true.
awesome. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I just need to design the actual police force attire because I have no idea what they look like.
Mhm.
I have no idea what their uniform is gonna look like.
Wait.
That would-
Okay. Oh yeah, I have one question. Right. This is about the Buddhist island. Hold on.
Yeah.
I see you right now. All right. This is about the Buddhist island. So you know how like you say that there is like a progression, like let's say like we'll call it an arc, right? Where they go to the island and they get like a massive fucking boost, right? Oh my god, dude, this is scuffed. All right, massive boost, right? Do you think that they're the only people that know that that island exists, or like aren't there other people around the world that know like that could be a massive boost to my power or some shit? Like, isn't there like a? I'm assuming it's a whole. Huh?
Yeah, I don't understand what you're asking. Are you talking about the island itself or the wolf on the island?
Because you said that like the monks there, like they somehow relate to them getting stronger, right? Like,
Yeah.
because you portrayed the island as like that could actually be a boost in power to people that have rings or something.
No. I didn't mean it like generally. I meant it specifically for Korra and Lloyd.
Mhm.
Because Korra learns Korra learns how to better control himself, and Lloyd also gets another ring.
Right.
So it's very specific to them. It's not like anybody can show up and
Right, but
get
what are there other characters like because it just seems like that island was designed specifically for those two people. Aren't there other people? Because that's a whole fucking. It's not like a One Piece island, right? Like we're talking about a continent, right? Aren't there like people all over the world, or just like a small people of interest that have an interest for that island in some shape or form,
the islands
politically
the
or in a like real estate or that kind of thing?
the island's main intention is for people who want nothing to do with how like most of the world operates, which is on rings.
Mhm.
It's basically it's it's like the fucking Amish people. It's a country for Amish people, like basically.
So would you portray it as like a heaven, or like
No, it's not. It's not because the people there, like, they're not living any better. I mean, like, when you
well,
relatively,
I mean, yeah, better because that's the lifestyle they want compared to the
Yeah.
lifestyle they have. Yeah.
yeah, the island was originally made not for the two main characters, but for people who who wanted nothing to do with rings in their society. So
Alright.
it's a very chill, open place, but it's
Mhm.
also uh, indirectly protected by Adam himself.
Right.
Any country that like the only country I could see having like bad blood with Adam is the American-esque country,
Right.
because there is just such opposing views.
Yeah.
But like, for example, my other island, my Sparta uh island, they love Adam. like they praise him because Adam, like they see Adam and the way they think of him is this pretty similar to the way that Adam's kingdom themselves think of it. They're like, they look at him and think, oh, he gave us all of this. I am here because of him. Like this entire land is here because of him. Like we should always be thankful.
Mhm.
The way that his kingdom sees him like that, the Sparta-esque island sees him like that, but they're all crazy and like very extreme and masculine. So they see him the same way, but they're like, we get to cut loose because of him. We have this crazy like masculine power island just full of men. Even the women are fucking men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Question about the Buddhist country or island. Are you gonna? So are they? How's the island gonna work? Is it gonna be straight up like everything's a temple, simple farm life kind of thing, or is it actually gonna be like a developed country with technology and stuff like that?
Pick a country from our world that it's like. There you go. I think that'd be a little bit.
I can't. I'm too ignorant. The only thing I can say that it resembles the most is like Ba Sing Se from Avatar. But
Okay, I was like, what country is that?
yeah. Everybody knows what that is. But it's basically
Again,
like there's not really that developed technology.
yeah, I just imagine like the villages in like Leeway for Genshin and stuff like that.
Yeah. But they also, well, honestly, yeah. In a way, it's kind of like feudal Japan.
That's nice.
Okay.
But not like, it doesn't look like that, but in terms of advancement. in
So like
technology.
like the outskirts, like not Tokyo, but like there's places in Japan that have that's actually there's like the beginning place that I wanted Eagle Scout to start was this place that I went to when I was like very very little. The first time I went to Japan, it was like, I mean, you guys probably seen this a lot in anime, but in like slice of life anime or whatever, they have houses and there's like brick walls like that are like yay high that like block each house, and there's like a nameplate of the household name or whatever, right? And like there's like hallway, like not hallways, like, but you know, and then people walk, or like you've seen that before, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that. I thought that was cool, and there's always like those like really nice like marts and like family run shops and shit like that. Like that kind of me. That's not like super well developed, but it's like right in the middle of like not developed and developed country, you know? Very simple life. It was nice,
sure.
dude. It was nice. Man.
Yeah, but that's the vibe.
Okay. I wanted to ask a couple of more, but I think hold on, let me. I have like a little chart that I'm looking at. Oh, okay. So this relates to power system, right? I'm very interested in power system because Eagle Scout is like their whole fucking thing is badges and power systems, right? So for Unbind, do you have like a classification of rings? Like, you know how devil fruits have types of devil fruits, or like how Nen has six types. You know what I mean? Do you have like rings that like when someone sees it, is there like, oh, that kind of ring, or like when someone uses their power, it's like, oh, he has that kind of ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm telling you, this goes a long way, in my opinion. Having an organization, like not like a company, like organization as in like categories and stuff, it's very very appealing to some people. Like like I think Josh can relate to this. If you can have like an Excel sheet of like your powers and it's like organized and like there's classifications, people are like, that's so like satisfying to some people, you know what I mean? Especially to me, I love that stuff, you know? So like if you have a whole list of paramecia zones and stuff, like you're like, oh shit, and there's like different rarities or types and shit, it's very cool. It's like collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you asking me this a while ago, and I couldn't really answer it. But I feel like now I've been playing with the idea of like active and passive powers according to like one ring, I guess let's say. So I don't know. I think I unintentionally have a classification, and it's I don't know what to call it now, but I have passives and actives. Um, and I guess
Wait, like in the same ring, there's two modes, or like rings that are passive and active.
well that's the thing where it's still not like final because I'm unsure of it myself because I feel like I don't even honestly maybe you could like because it's from a different perspective or like anybody here uh could classify these very few powers that I have because I don't have very much, but I can't see it is what I'm saying. Like from my perspective, I can't. It's not clicking with me. Like oh, classify these. Um,
The only reason I bring that up is, uh, like, because I'm doing that with my own. Trust me,
yeah,
it helps a lot because if you have it classified, like, okay, if you have like classifications of colors, this is my analogy, okay? All right, analogy of the day, pseudo analogy. Okay, you're okay. All right, you have color red, like you have like primary colors, secondary colors, and all that shit, right? Let's say those are the two categories within the color power system. Oh shit, right? And then when you see that and you're like, okay, I only have like 6 colors, right? Because there's 3 primaries and three secondaries, right? What having a classification things of power systems can do is you can take 2 things and then put them together, and then like, oh, I didn't think of that combination before, and then bam, like, you know what I mean? So you can have like, what's it called? Like you can have so many little things come out of just like couple of ideas, like powers that you've had, right? So like you can look at, it doesn't even just have to be just the power itself, it's how the power works and stuff like that. So like by having a classification, you can combine red and blue and then make purple, and that's like another category, and it's like all that shit, right? And then when you per like, how do you say, like make an appearance of the power system, you can start with the 6, and it's like, oh, there's only this much, but then you start revealing, no bitch, there's a lot more to this, you know what I mean? And then people are like, oh fuck, that's what makes power systems so fucking amazing, because just from little information you can build so much off of it. And when Josh was talking about power systems like a while back, he was talking about potential and variability or versatility. It was one of the V words, right? Okay, and he's basically, you can by looking at the simple power system, you can see like as it develops, you can start to see there's like so many branches of shit that you can do. But not only that, as the branch grows, you can see how strong they get too, and that's what's really fucking cool about that stuff. So having a classification of power systems can help a long way, because you might not have the idea yet, but having the formula, right, which is basically what that chart would tell you, you can see what puzzle pieces you're missing, and all you gotta do is just, oh, I'm missing that, and then it'll tell you like you're missing the red plus blue power, right? And you're like, oh, so you just pick these two, put them together, and you get a fucking, you get a fucking, that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Dude, I fucking love Josh, dude. The power systems, I'm like in love with that shit now. Anyways, yeah.
Based on everything that I have so far, I feel like there's only two classes right now, I guess, which is like, when I say active, I mean something that requires your consistent attention. So like manipulation of anything, like
What about the balloon guy?
the balloon. Okay, see that's a thing where like it already mixes.
Yeah, see, now you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah.
Okay, but wait. So like, right now what I have is like, active, which is think about it, it happens. That's your power happening while you're thinking about it, whatever. and then passive, which is something that sticks with you and is constantly happening, or is like not something. It's something that you do have to think about, but it's also something that's
And have in the background.
yes. Well, actually no, because that's the thing. So like, let me think
Okay.
about power.
Wait. This is how I'm seeing it. Are you saying like let's do another analogy? Let's do analogy number 2 for a week. I'm here all day, boys. All right. So is it like a computer program on your computer where like you have it to see the program right in front of you, or is it like a program that it can be running in the background that will still use up your computer CPU usage, but it's still running in the background? You get what I'm saying? Like, is it like one of those, or is it like you have to actually physically, like for example, I can't edit a video in the fucking background. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that much of a fucking holy shit. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
You have to like have it in front of you and then edit it yourself, right? But then there's like other programs like music that you can have in the background and it's still working, like that kind of shit. But it still uses up your kapoo usage. You know?
Yeah. I'll give you powers, and then I'll give you powers that I think are different in terms of classification,
Okay.
and you tell me if they're different.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry.
So the balloon guy is a good example because the way his powers work is like I take water bottle, turn it into a balloon, it will float no matter what.
Mhm.
Like when it turns into a balloon, it will float regardless of what it is.
Mhm.
And he can hold that balloon, but also let it go, not pay attention to it, and it can fly away and forever be a balloon water bottle thing.
Also, once he touches it, he can basically permanent it, right?
Yeah.
But what about this is another One Piece reference. What about you remember that little girl from the Dressrosa arc where like she touched people and they turn into fucking like toys, but when you knock her out, everyone comes back. Do you know what I'm saying? So is it like one of those where like if you beat the shit out of this dude and he's like, but all the balloons just go, and then they're good. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's a game changer right there. That's...
Yeah. The only to like translate that into this, the same way that the girl would have to get to become unconscious, the ring would have to leave this guy's body.
Oh, so you cut the fucking okay.
That deactivates all of his shit.
Well, if he's dead, would that still count as the same condition?
Yeah. As long if the ring is not on the person who initiated the power, like if it cancels everything.
Yo, I just thought of a cool idea. What if this guy ends up dying, all right? Let's say. And then the things just start fucking falling out of the sky. Like, you know, that would be some crazy shit.
Actually, like, that could be a really cool scene. I don't know if I'm gonna do this because this character is such a side character. Like, he's literally just like a joke. But
the balloon guy?
Power. Yeah.
Come on, you gotta get. That's a cool power. You don't want to waste that shit, dude. No, that's the cool power.
Like, I see the character itself as like a one episode thing.
No shot. At least make him a Buggy. At least bring him back. You know what I mean? Buggy is a mainstay. He's awesome.
I don't know. He's really up in the air because I haven't even made.
Oh, that was a good one. I see what you did there. That was a good one.
I did not.
That was a good one.
But yeah, no, there could totally be a scene where like, let's say he gets into a fight and he knows he's gonna lose. Let's say he starts slowly setting up the balloons, and he's like basically setting it up so that even if he loses and dies, shit just rains in his general area, and then the person who killed him will also get fucked. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's a hostage situation at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, okay. But okay. Anyways, that power, whatever. Like, he doesn't have to pay attention to it. It goes and does its own thing. I have another power of grass manipulation, specifically grass.
Okay.
So
not trees.
This means that he can make grass grow. But if the grass itself gets cut, then it's no longer, he can't control it. That's literally it. Like he can manipulate its size, no, not size. He can manipulate its growth. I guess I'll say size, and shape, and that is pretty much it. But he has to do it actively. Like he has to look at the grass, like a patch.
Also, he doesn't even have to touch it.
No. He has to look at it.
Okay.
Then it will grow. But
right. But what if the grass is in the air?
If it's not attached, if it's cut, it's dead, and it's not dead, but like he can't control it.
So it has to be rooted, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's like, you know, because there's some weird grass out there. Like, there's a lot of loopholes that you could probably think of, because like grass is a weird one.
I haven't looked into. This is just on the. I literally have a list that just says random rings.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But see, then you're gonna have to organize them at some point. That's why you're gonna.
Yeah, I know. But there's only like 10 on the. No, actually, it's not even 10. There's like 8 on the random list. But there's also a handful in the actual characters. Like, because I have every character listed, and then if they have a ring, they have their power with their name. But whatever. Right. So, yeah, that power you need to actively focus and do a thing while focusing on that thing.
So if he's blinded.
Nothing. Yeah, he's fucked. Okay. But it can work, because everything's based on perception. If he was blinded, if he goes up to grass and touches it, recognizes that it's grass, and if it's actually grass, he can control it. But
even him not knowing that it's grass.
If he doesn't if he guesses that something is grass, it will grow. But if it's like,
if he guesses,
yes. But if it's rock and he guesses that rock is grass, nothing will happen.
What are you, gay?
I think there's something missing there, dude. Like,
what do you mean?
There's like something off about the power. Like, it's a hunch, I'd say.
Grass is kind of like so. Like, first of all, so this dude is an example, sitting in a patch of grass, and the fucking, I don't know, someone's trying to attack him. He grows all of the grass around him high, like as high as he can fucking see. So you're telling me he can now only control the grass that's around him because he can't see past the grass?
No. He can control, like, he doesn't have eyes on the grass, so he wouldn't be able to see past it. But he can move it in a way, and like, let's say if the grass itself ended up like touching something, like let's say, okay, this is actually an idea I thought of a fucking long time ago. If he's getting chased by multiple people, he runs into a field, he grows all the grass higher than everyone. He can feel every single person in the grass.
Oh, because like some tough shit.
It's like sonar, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more like a sea anemone, if that makes sense.
Wait, that's how they work?
Yeah, like because they're like.
Isn't that shit the Nemo shit? The fucking.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they worked like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, because the whole thing is a living thing, so like if anything that touches it, it knows.
Oh
it's there.
Shit! That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's like less like Toph. That's what I was trying to get at. But so he's not like completely like fucked, I guess. Like,
wait, is it grass specifically, or is it like plants, like low grade plants? Because I'm trying to branch off to like thorns. Can you make thorns, or is it just like blades of grass?
It's just grass.
Oh,
a lot of these powers are very specific for.
Damn, bro, he can make like tall grass and have Pokemon come out of that shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyways.
I mean.
that's pretty funny.
If this character got another power, this could be interesting. But I don't know. Like these powers have nobody associated with them. They're just powers.
Right. So I see now what your problem is, because the powers are so unique compared to each other. that it would be kind of difficult to start organizing them because you don't know where to start at that point. You know what I mean? Because they're the rings, the way they work is just like there isn't a way to classify them from right now. I guarantee you, if you look hard enough, there is a way to classify them. But right now, I can see what you're saying because like comparing the balloon to the one now, it's kind of difficult.
Yeah. The thing is, but once I like, for example, Korra and Lloyd's power are similar in the sense that they're constantly happening. Like Korra.
Not Korra's though. Korra's is emotional, isn't it? Like it just like like
Yeah, but there is a constant with his power, which is if he does lose a limb, it will grow back.
oh,
Like he has regeneration.
that's kind of cool.
And then with Lloyd, he's infinite stamina, so like
Right.
he's
So that's-
basically an infinite battery.
Yeah.
So that's constantly happening as well. See, and that's the difference, like with their powers between the grass or like the balloon guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there is a difference. Like, and I feel like that is the closest thing I have to classifications.
Right, but you must probably you're thinking like you must sleep on it because like that doesn't sound like a good enough classification to separate them with. Like, you know, am I? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
So,
Well, okay. Do you mind if I switch over? Because I want to
no,
like.
yeah, go.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Go
just.
for it.
Oh god.
What are you gay?
I just gotta get my daily, you know. Some of that shit. I just hold on. I don't know where to start, but here we go. Okay.
Are you guys just talking about comics the whole day?
Not for like for right now. Yeah, I mean, for the next hour, I'm gonna be hopefully gonna try to fit all this in. But all right, let's go. Okay, so starting with okay, wait. I think I have three main things. Should I? And you guys can choose because I'm kind of like fidgety right now, right? Should I go with badges, the main character, or the world? Like, which one should I start with?
Can I ask a question right
Sure.
after that?
Sure.
Do you want to like you say something then we discuss like
No,
questions?
so like
or do you want to do everything at the end?
like for this one, I'll do it like I'll talk about one big thing, and then we can talk about that, and then I go to the
Okay.
next big thing, and then we can go. But I just wanted to choose which one to start with, and I'll let you guys choose because I don't know where to fucking start. So it's the badges, the main character, or the world. That's basically where we're going right now.
I think starting bigger and working down to smaller is best.
So the world.
Yeah, world badges then main character.
Okay, so I'm going to make the Eagle Scout. It used to be like, oh, you get a fucking wish, right?
Wait, don't you want to start with character first though, so you know what world you want to make?
Yeah, but I already got like a gist of it now. Like it doesn't. It's the order of this is interchangeable because everything has been already like we're good, right? Okay. So yeah, I'm scrapping the wish idea because I think it's there's not enough substance to it. And I'm just going to make it a grand mystery. So like when you get the Eagle Scout badge, nobody knows what the reward is, basically. But it's the highest and rarest badge that you can get, and it's a rank badge. And also there is two main ways I'm going to split the series. And keep in mind, because we're starting with the world, this is like has nothing to do with the first chapter, right? So this is more grand scope. And I'll tell you more about the world building, but talking about the separation of the series is I'm either going to go with the Agartha route, which is splitting into two halves, and the second half is like, oh shit, there is a fucking underworld, and like the only way you can get in is by opening this gate, and this gate has like a key, and the key is the shape of the Eagle Scout badge, and I already explained this last know what I'm talking about, and that's like a the only way you can get into the underworld is, and the underworld, by what I mean by that, is not like fucking hell, like it's like there's a conspiracy in our world that's like the Agartha conspiracy, and it's like the world is actually hollow, and there's like a whole ass fucking civilization living under there, and the only way you can get access to it is you need an Eagle Scout badge, because some badges are actually keys to open things. You know what I mean? So like you can open that shit, and then fucking so it's like giving the mindset like, holy shit, everyone down there's a fucking Eagle Scout. The only issue with this is the power escalation problem, because then that would mean that Eagle Scout means nothing at the second half of the series. You get what I'm saying? So that's an issue there. That's why I split off the other thing is making the Agartha, making the Agartha the like a very big mainstay in the series. So the Eagle Scout badge can be attained only in Agartha, right? Meaning that there are a good group of people in the world that know about Agartha. I'm not gonna call it Agartha. I just call it because I'm not gonna call it like I need it. That's a placeholder in, right? Okay. Anyways, so a lot of people know about this, right? But not everybody, not like the NPCs, and you need to get inside to go to get the Eagle Scout badge. That's so they say, right? And there's a key to open the gate to get into there. That's basically the route. So it's either I make Agartha a second half of the series that's like a bigger deal that could lead to power escalation, but I think that it's more hype. And then the other thing is like the other side is kind of iffy because it just makes Agartha sound like Grand Line. That's basically what that's like. It's like you need to get into the Agartha to get to the Eagle Scout, which just literally just sounds like that's the Grand Line. You know what I mean? So there's issues with both, but that's what I have for the world right now. But the another thing is, and this one's a little weird. So there is, out of all the badges that are attainable, only 10% have been achieved. So, and 10% meaning of all of mankind, all they have achieved is 10%, right? That's mankind's achievement, basically. And it's later revealed that, by the way, in my world, there's 11 billion people. That's like, because I saw like, there's like a number, there's like, the world exponentially grows, but then it caps at one point, and that number is like 11 billion. I saw a video on it. I don't know if that's true, but I think that's kind of cool. And then 11 billion sounds like a cool number. Anyways, that's the global population. That really doesn't matter because the what's later revealed is that 90% of unknown badges are mainly power badges. And it said that there is enough badges to give every single person, 11 billion people, their own power. However, because of the way the world and society is set, majority of those power badges are accumulated to like a handful of people. Because the philosophy behind that is the people that are the ones that achieve more, they're usually the ones that achieve more and more. So like the NPCs are kind of left in the back because they're the ones that don't achieve much. But the people who are like, yeah, buddy, that person ends up getting more badges. That's why the badges start accumulating more and more towards a handful of people. And keep in mind, that's a lot of fucking badges, but I use that as an excuse. That 90% is an excuse to be like, I can come up with whatever fucking badge I want, and it still makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That's just a contingency plan right there. So that's what that is, right? That's it. That's it.
Imagine you get one of those Eagle Scout badge, but you didn't get an ability. Instead, your fucking base stat is like infinity, so your strength is like fucking beyond level.
Well, the thing is like,
but you didn't know about that,
right? But most
you're not
people
aware of your strength.
Most people that are that strong, they end up passively getting a badge. Like the main character, his first badge was passively gotten. And I'm getting to the main character.
It's like this character does not know that he has a super stronger like base stat. He ends up being a gag character. Like he doesn't know that he has like strength. Just make like a joke character.
Okay. I'm just gonna get to the next segment. Okay, John. All right. So. Okay.
No.
Yo, shut up. Okay. The next segment.
Like comedic relief.
Okay, dude. All right.
You could name it John.
No, that was good. That was a good one, dude. That was a good one. That was a good one, bro. Okay. All right. All right. I think I can say like, I'll just like tell you later about it. All right. So there are a bunch of cool, like these are like little tiny ideas, like a bunch of cool ideas that I thought for characters. But I'll bring that up. I'll start with the main character first. I have the main character's actual placeholder name, and his name is Mutsuki, which means, and I got this from Kamen Rider, by the way. So the belt that I showed first when I was doing the Kamen Rider tier list, it was the purple one. And I was like, open app. Like that was my favorite belt, by the way. Anyways, the character that uses that belt in the series, his name is Mutsuki, right? And it's like a weird reference, but I wanted to use that as the placeholder name because I don't want to keep saying fucking main character. You know what I mean? So that was a fix from last stream, right? And the main character has 2 main badges. And very early in the series, he gets one badge from a lottery, right? And I didn't want to make it like, oh wow, he's like, he put his name in and he just got lucky. I thought that was very lame. So I thought, by the way, I said it was a foreshadowing. Here, this is what I mean. Where do I fucking start? Okay, the main character, I said I used a fucking placeholder, but I'm not using it. Mutsuki, he's a fighting game player, right? He's a hikikomori, which is in Japanese is like a NEET. It's like somebody who's just shut in. He just doesn't fucking. He lives by himself. He's kind of a loser, right? And in the beginning, in the very first chapter of the series, he tries to apply for a job, and I don't think I told Josh this, but in the first chapter, it starts off with well, I tell like what the world's about and like the accomplishment of Eagle Scout, all that shit, and then it cuts to like the interview, right, of like this vending mart, right? And it's like in Japan they have these like shopping centers, like really tiny shopping centers where like there's like pictures of products and you press a button and then you go to the cashier and you can like take it, right? He was trying to work there, okay? And the interviewer, he's like interviewing a person and he's like, oh, let me see your resume, or he just says, let me see your badges. And then you give him the ID badge and then it's like a sash for Boy Scouts. And it just shows a bunch of badges that they've accomplished. What like the schools, like what school they graduated from. Like each university, whatever, they have their own badges. So when you graduate, that's like the diploma. You know what I'm saying? And so you have a whole sash of just like just to accomplishments, and people kind of sift through and they're like, oh, okay, you've accomplished these, right? And then people are like, okay, cool, we'll see you next week, thank you. And then you get to the main character because he's in the next person, and then he's like nothing. He's like, and he's like, okay, sir, I think we met the quota for the week. Thank you, but I'd like you to leave the building, right? And that was what I had. That was what I had before, right? But now what he does is when he tries to exit, he decides to buy his favorite drink, okay? And then when he clicks the button, he's like, oh, there's a sweepstakes, and then it's like oh, win a badge or whatever. And then he's just like, he just wants to go home because he's kind of like demoralized because he didn't get the job, right? And he's just like spamming and shit. And he's like, he gets the drinks or whatever. That's when he accidentally signs up for the sweepstakes. And the sweepstakes was to get a favor badge or a favor/lotto badge. So in the series, favor badges are basically artificial badges made by man. So like they're badges that are made like nobody knows where they come from, and that's like 90%, like big huge percentage, and those are the ones that are power, right? But then there's some badges that are like you go to the badge training center and they're like, can you do my homework please, $20. And then they put $20 in, and then it goes and then it makes a badge. And then they auction the badge off, and somebody's like, "Oh, this is a kid's homework. I got you." And then the badge goes, and it appears, and they get $20, right? And these are favorite artificial man-made badges, right? And this is majority of the badges that give you money, okay? Anyways, keep in mind there's like one currency. I just keep it simple. I'm not trying to like badge conversion. I don't give a fuck about that. It has nothing to do with the story, right? And then so. There's also artificial badges that are also lottery badges. So lottery badges are basically like a company's like, hey, here's like for example, a sweepstakes. Here's some tickets to the Super Bowl if you fucking enter, and then like and that's just a lottery badge, right? But that is also artificially made, right? And I updated it so it's not just money. You can also put items and creatures in the badge. So in this world, there's a fuck ton of creatures and monsters, okay? And imagine the world like Attack on Titan, okay? There's like a bunch of civilizations all over the world, but the outskirts of civilization have like a fuck ton of monsters and shit, right? And the reason why power badges are important is not just as like a mechanic that's like, here, you're bored with your life, fucking fly or some shit. No. It gives these people badges, powers, so that they can accomplish more outside of the civilization. You get what I'm saying? And that's why there's monsters and stuff from stopping people from accomplishing dangerous feats or whatever. I'll get into that more. But monsters, there's hunters in the world where their job is to beat the shit out of fucking creatures and then capture them in these badges, and then they sell them off to the highest bidder. That's how they make money, right? And one of these companies decide, let's steal a fucking creature, like let's fucking nick that shit, right? And then they sell it off to like a lottery. So whoever wins the lottery will get this creature. The reason I mention this is because the main character, he gets one of these things, right? And it's a little baby. It's a little tiny like bull, right? Oh. I sent a picture to Monsieur earlier, and I think I'll show you it on stream.
Bro, I thought you were the hit me with, it's a human baby.
Hell no. Wait. By the way, this baby bull is going to be the mascot for the series. Oh, what the fucking what? Hold on a second.
It's interesting that a bull is the mascot for the series called Eagle Scouts, but
yeah. Because Eagle Scout isn't like a. Like, I was thinking, like, should I make Eagle Scout, like, Eagle as an acronym, and it doesn't actually mean the animal? It was like, oh, shit. But I don't know. That's, like, a little bit too much.
That's a long title.
Yeah, okay. So you see that? That little bull? That's the mascot of the series. That's the little baby he gets, right? So they fucking take this, like, right? And then they put it into a lottery badge, and then that's, like, the contest he wins. However, he doesn't notice this, okay? So what he does is he's like, oh, fuck my life. I'm a fucking loser. Fuck me, right? And then he goes home. He turns on his fucking Xbox station, fucking 5, right? And then he's like, his best friend is on. It's like, ping. Also, this is a foreshadowing. His best friend is on, right? And he's like, oh, cool. I can play with him. And he plays, and then for like hours and hours, just like as a gamer, shit, can't relate. He plays for hours and he's like, oh, he's fucking playing and shit, right? And then he's drinking these drinks, right? He's drinking his favorite drink, right? And then sooner or later, something shows up. He doesn't notice. He's still playing the game, and then he thinks it's like a fucking bug or some shit. So he's like wasping it, and then he accidentally touches the like, activates the badge, and then it summons a little creature, and it goes to the back of his room, and his place is a mess. So like there's a bunch of cans and like fucking laundry and dirty dishes and shit, and then the creature, like, the way I'm going to visualize it is there's like an ominous figure in the back, like, and it's like eyes and shit, right? So you don't know that's a little fucking baby bull at the beginning. You just see like a creature in the back, and then it cuts to like another character who ends up being the second main character. And he's like, this is like a little bit more exposition. I haven't developed on this part yet, so don't worry about that. No, let's just cutting back to the main character. He's like playing the game and shit, right? And he's like getting more drinks and stuff. And by the way, the lottery, the description of it was like kind of passively told. Like the character's like, it was like tells you the sweepstakes. The reader can read it, but the main character wasn't paying attention to the conditions of the contest. And the thing is just like, one of the drinks is like is like the winner or some shit. So he accidentally drinks one of them, and then he ends up winning the lottery badge, right? Because he consumes a lot of it. You know what I mean? So, by the way, just keep in mind, in your head when you think of the drink, just think Red Bull, okay? Because amazing product. All right. So yeah. So, but you get why it's a bull, right? Okay. So what's it called? He's like getting the drink from the back, right? Just imagine he's just like right. Wait, where's my hand? Right? He's like getting the drink, right? And then the little creature comes out, and then it's like imagine this is the drink, and like he's like pushing the drink with his head, like as a bull would, right? And he's like pushing the drink to him, and then he accidentally touches the bull, and then he sees the fucking this like creature, and it doesn't talk. All it does is like it has like a signature thing. It does it like blows its nose like right, and then just like right, and then he just punches the fucking bull. He just punches it, and then the bull like knocks over, and then like waddles back up, and then like waddles back to him, and then like sits down and goes right, and he's just like. And then so he goes back to playing the game, and then his friend like logs off, so he's like, oh shit. And then the bull just like sitting there, and he's like, he's kind of like scared shitless from this little thing, right? But he's like, he realizes like at some point it's not a threat to him. Keep in mind, this is one of his main badges, and he calls him Taurus, right? And this is a reference to when I was thinking of like battle mangas, I was thinking of a series called Taurus, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking use this, right? I don't think I mentioned it, but I was like, I'm not gonna use this series. But then I was like, yo, shit, I could yeah, hell yeah, dude, amazing product, right? So I decided to put it in, and I thought, like at first, I was thinking the character should have a upgradable badge, right? This is not what the little baby is. He gets 2 badges, keep in mind. So the first badge is a lottery badge that gives him a companion, and that's the bull, right? And what's it called? Like I was thinking, oh, he should get a lion or some shit. But lion and dragons are kind of played out at this point, right? And I thought bull was a kind of cool, amazing product, right? And so later on in the series, though, okay, this is gonna unlist my fucking video. He's not an actual bull. Oh fuck! I should reference this earlier. Keep in mind. They're slaves in this world, right? Because you don't, not just creatures, you can people too. You can put people in badges, and whatever thing, a companion that is put in a badge, it becomes obedient to the user, like literally a Pokeball, like fucking, you know what I mean? So they're literal badges that hold people, and that's like there's like a problem with like it's like a thing that you know that like the story addresses something.
Market.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. And the main character, he's a fighting game nerd, right? So he when he implements his own move, like his not play style. What am I saying? Play style, like the fucking video game. Like his fighting style is based off of the inspirations he got from fighting games, right? And so and what's really cute, I wanted to do this little cool scene where like the bull plays the game with him. So like the little baby bull sits on his lap, and the bull's like, right? And he's like moving the joystick because the bull doesn't have fucking opposable thumbs, right? So the bull's just like tapping the fucking buttons and shit. And he's like passively learning the movements of the characters. And sooner or later, that's how they bond as the two. They're like, oh, you remember this? And then they fucking, you know what I'm saying? I was so excited when I came up with this, right? Imagine this was the badge, okay? When he does like a simple punch. Keep in mind, the creatures they're at the beck and call, like summoning wise, of the user. So when the bull, like when he like was like, hey, you know, get back in here, you pussy. The bull goes and then gets into the badge, right? And he can like summon it anytime he wants, right? But like he normally in the world, when people have companion badges, they usually let the badges, the creatures fight for them, like a fucking stand. You get what I'm saying? But he doesn't do that. He fights with the creature, meaning like the creature just pops out every now and then, but he's the one fighting, right? And what I mean by this is like he does this thing. Okay, but he holds the badge like this, right? And then like like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then hold on a second. Yo, Mr. Yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. Number 6. Oh fuck. I want to continue, but I also gotta fix the fucking stream. So let me just do that right now. But growing pains, bro. Growing pains, bro. Fuck.
Hey,
Am I unmute, Masher?
Okay.
am I muted?
No, you good.
Oh, alright.
Yo, Michelle, you chilling, bro? You good? You good, man?
Yeah.
How's the family? How's the kids? How's the kids?
You know, in the basement and whatnot.
I see you, my boy.
The basement. Jesus.
Wait, is this good? Okay, so everyone's lined up. Michelle, for now, you're gonna be Eli. All right.
Nice. And you always blacks.
Okay, dude.
Jesus.
Okay, there you go. All right. What was I saying? I was saying the badge, right? To this.
Oh my.
Okay. So he does this. Wait. I got one. I probably can't hear you guys because my headphones only go so far. So I'm gonna just. Shit. Let me get the mic real quick, boy. Okay. All right. So like he holds the badge like this, right? And when he punches, the bull comes out of the badge. Like so, as he punches, the bull like it goes. You know what I'm saying? Right? Okay. Anyways, let me. I can't hear you guys. So. Wait, is this, which one's left and right? Oh, okay. We're back. All right. Woo!
Black.
Okay, right? All right, so okay, right? By the way, some creatures they upgrade. Like you know how there's upgradable badges? There are also upgradable companions. Like they evolve kind of meme. However, this Taurus, he doesn't upgrade. He's just like a little baby, right? However, the second badge is the cool part, right? So, Josh, do you know what the Damascus badge is?
Damascus badge?
No, like, not the Damascus steel. Like, you ever seen like steel that looks like wood because it's been layered so much? Like you, and then you fold it and shit,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah. For swords.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? Looks fucking sexy. Okay, so those the fuck was I saying? Wow. Okay. Hold on. So his second badge is a power badge. So keep in mind there are classifications. You know the fucking vocab word. Classifications. You have power badges, item badges, and companion badges. Right? Those are the main three. There's 3 layers to badge, but I'm saying that's the reward that you would get. A power, like a superpower, and I've changed it so that superpowers, they're the rarest that you can get. Because superpowers, they're ingrained into your body, right? And I'm using magic for this, by the way, keep in mind. So just keep that in your head, right? I mean, the way the badges work, so item badges, it's pretty self-explanatory. You get an item, and without it, you're still a normal person. There's nothing, right? A companion is like it helps protect, all that shit, like a companion. But you're kind of useless if you don't have it, right? But a power badge, it's a permanent change to you. You get what I'm saying, right? And that's why it's rare as fuck. Because when you die with that badge. There's not going to be another one like it. Okay, so that's extremely rare. Okay. And there's also a visual aspect to it too, because I like I like making things visual. When they use their badge, the emblem, you know Doctor Strange, how it goes, that kind of shit? You see the emblem of the badge when they use their power. Like if they have a power badge, right? The emblem of their fucking badge shows up. So when the main character, I don't know how he's gonna get the second badge yet, but the main character's second badge is a Damascus badge, and that's what he calls it. And what's it called? It's the power of the badge is when in conjunction with another badge, it will give it the quality of an upgradable badge. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, if for example, I have a badge that's like an item, like a fucking wooden sword. Oh yeah, fucking top tier S, right? Wooden sword. And then I use Damascus badge on it, it'll become a stronger sword. Do you get what I'm saying? So a badge that is not inherently upgradable will become upgradable. And it's based on the level of the badge itself, not the whatever badge he upgrades. It's so whatever level the Damascus badge is, it will immediately upgrade to that. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of badges that are not like that. So him having that is extremely rare power. And that's how he upgrades the bull. So he puts them together, right? And so he has a special shit. Okay. I'm excited for this. Okay, I've been playing this for the whole week, alright? So you know Hadouken, right? This shit, okay? That's how he connects the 2 badges together. He put, you know, because I've always wanted a Hadoken for my main character. So he puts the two badges together. So one of them is the bull, right? And then he puts the Damascus badge, so upgrades the badge. And then when he the bull is like a beast, right? Oh shit, right? And there's three main forms. There's the baby bull, which is Taurus, or in Japanese is Toros, right? But that's like, it's basically Taurus, right? The second one, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. The bull's not a bull, and it was actually stolen from another, like a mom and dad, right? Because they just started like, oh shit, that's a little vulnerable thing. Let's just use it in our, right? And they sent it off. It was a little kid, okay? But and then so the mother and father, they start looking for the kid, and that starts becoming a little integral part of the series. What's tricky is that when they find out who these mom and dad are, they don't look like bulls. They look like Oni, like the fucking horned, like demons, right? And then they realize, like, that's not a fucking bull, dude, right? And so when it upgrades, it starts looking more and more like a Japanese Oni, like demon, you know what I mean? And I thought that was really fucking cool because, you know, when you start upgrading and shit, and people start realizing, like, oh, this guy's not a normal fucking, I shouldn't have punched it when I first saw it, like that kind of shit, right? Okay, so he has three forms. He has the Oni, he has the Taurus form, which is a little baby. And the reason why I didn't want to make Taurus upgradable was because he would stay that way. So without the Damascus badge, he would stay as a baby form, and I thought that was cute. So, you know, you need a mascot, and a little cute little, you know, baby Taurus was kind of fun, right? So then his conjunction with the Damascus badge in like the mid part of the series, he becomes a Minotaur, right? And so he becomes like half man, half fucking, you know, the horns, right? Okay,
Half
and
man, half black.
okay, yeah, shit, right? Okay, so that's what it is, right? And then they're like, okay, so he's like half bull, like that's not, it's okay, right? But then the third form is the Oni, you know what I mean? And there's a yokai called Ushi Oni, which is a bull demon, right? And there's a Yu-Gi-Oh card that's called Ushi Oni, by the way, so this is a reference to that. Shit. By the way, the second form, I wanted to give him boxing gloves, right? Because it starts getting in love with the fighting game kind of shit. And he starts to, I wanted to reference Bullrog from fucking Street Fighter. By the way, this character is literally every reference to fucking Street Fighter. Also, when he has the Oni form, he does a raging demon. And it's not a normal, like, charges in and he literally, like, fucking genjutsus somebody, right? And then it's like they're like teleported to Spain in the bull chase. You remember the fucking the bulls start like and people start running away from it. You just see a fuck ton of like thousands of bulls like charging and shit, and that's his raging demon. So he goes like right, but I'm like instead of that, it's like he's like this. You know what I mean? And then like his hands, you can start like meshing into fucking bulls and shit. I see you, my boy. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna probably take like a couple minute break because I'm kind of dehydrated because you know this product's got flaws. Still a good product though, right? Okay, right? And so okay, right? He's got other moves that I want to, but most of his moves are based off of fighting game characters, mainly Street Fighter, because you know he gains a lot of inspiration. Like because every character they don't get like a fucking move set like a fucking Ben 10 character. They don't like, oh shit, I got a badge. Now I know fucking my command list. Like, it doesn't work like that. They have to make their own moves, right? So like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna make moves based on what I know. And that's fighting game characters. And that's how like, that's how I wanted to make his character look kind of visually badass. Because, you know, you know what I'm saying?
Shit,
And by the way, that's a reference to Frame Trap, which was another series that I wanted to do, which was an isekai that was instead of going into an MMORPG, the main character went into a fighting game, right? But that series ended up not getting, like, you know, it wasn't that good. So I decided to reference that in this series by making the main character, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shit, connections, right? Okay, and by the way, the character that he was playing with when he was, you know, that's the second main character. And that's how they meet, by the way. So the person that he was playing with this whole time, he's like, oh, I haven't seen him on in such a long time. Let me play with him. Because this entire time he was on a hiatus, he became the Eagle Scout. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a cool way to connect, because at the time I didn't have like a way to connect those two together, but now I do, right? And they're both fighting game characters. So when he sees these, like, yo, check out this, and he's like, yo, oh shit, right? He's like, oh, Shazzy, you gotta upgrade, my boy, right? So I thought that was really cool. Also, I was thinking of the main,
fuck your gum.
the second main character. I was thinking of giving him like a companion that was a rhino. So like when the little baby bull kind of goes up to the rhino, right? And then like it goes like does the nose, right? The rhino is like it scoffs at it and goes, and then the baby like starts tumbling over and shit. I thought that was a cool scene, and I think rhinos are fucking cool. So like it was a cool like kind of similarity that those two characters kind of have. But that's still a little changeable, because if it's not a rhino, it could be my favorite dinosaur, which is the Pachycephalosaurus, which is the rock head. You get what I'm saying? And dinosaurs, that kind of bog champ. Anyways, okay. That aside, there's a couple of main characters. I mean, not the main character, Mitsuki. I gotta change that name. I don't know. It doesn't ring right. I don't know. Right? Mitsuki's the way he dresses with a karate gi. Okay. However, it's not like a white fucking Shotokan like that kind of shit. He wears a Hawaiian shirt. Okay. He has a very scuffed like design. Like, because I want to illustrate that he's a neat, like he has terrible fashion sense, but it's kind of like innocent how he's trying to incorporate like the fighting style like that he wants to put into his fighting. You know what I'm saying? So he has a gi, but like he doesn't have an official gi. He tries to find like a makeshift belt or whatever, and then he has like a Hawaiian shirt that he wears because he has terrible fashion sense. Also, I want to make the main characters. This is like little tiny details. I want to make the main character's face kind of look similar to the bull. So as the bull upgrades, you can start seeing the main character like visually. You can see him like progress as a character. That kind of meme. I thought that was really interesting.
You good, Josh?
Yeah, he like cut out a couple of times. I think he's fine though.
What's going on?
Oh yeah. Also, the main character, he at one point he decides he's gonna leave home, so he doesn't come back. So like, this is like also like a way to progress this story. He decides like, I'm gonna stop being a shut-in. Like, fuck this, right? I have something I want to do now, and that's when he decides to go off to the wilderness. And that's like a key component. There's like, I wanted to make it a metaphor where civilization is one thing, but there's also wilderness. And him being able to get out of civilization to go to the wilderness is him being able to have a character arc of being a shut-in and being able to like pursue Eagle Scout. Do you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a really cool detail as well. Also, by the way, I think now since I was talking about a character, I wanted to bring up the fuck was I saying? I wanted to bring up like other characters that I had ideas for. Okay, there's a character, little kid. He gets a companion badge, and this badge, it summons this person, right? And this person's really strong, okay? And this person has a propeller hat, okay? And hey, you know what I'm saying? So you can get fucking people like that as characters, right? But then the kid finds out that this guy is actually a slave. He's just a really strong dude, but he was captured and turned into this little kid's toy or some shit. I thought that was really kind of cool. And it was also a reference to a fucking dead meme. Anyways, then there's another character. He is what's it called? I wanted to make a character where his main dream was to get a legend badge. And I also changed what legend badges mean. So in the last stream, legend badges meant that yeah, fuck it, dude. Okay, legend badges. Okay, so there is only one clear way to become an Eagle Scout, and that's to increase your fame points, right? And you can get, and fame points are artificial, by the way. Fame points are magically just created, like out of thin air, from feats of impossibility. So if you're like SAT score of 1600, I think that's the max, I'm assuming, right? 1600. If you can do that, boom, fame points. Okay? So anything that is very, very hard to do that most people recognize, and that's a very key thing. Something that's very hard and something that most people recognize is hard. So if you have those two factors, that makes a fame badge just immediately. So if you literally just make a fucking challenge out of nowhere and you make it popular, like because that's the balancing mechanism. Because if you decide to do something extremely hard, like fucking spin a Beyblade on the tip of your dick for 5 seconds, like that's very impossible. But
You get the OG Mudbone
right,
badge.
but
Slightly increases your penis size.
right, okay, John. All right, but most people will not recognize that as a challenge. Like even though it is, it's very hard, right? But it's not popular, so it has to be something that they recognize is very hard. That's where the tournament arc comes into play, because there's a recognized tournament where all the elites in the world are like, hey, let's let people risk their lives for a fucking something impossible. And that's one of the very first ways that somebody artificially makes a fame badge, right? Like they didn't like put money in it or whatever. They just thought like, let's make it like 100 people, the hardest people, right? And then people started getting more popularity and traction on it, and they're like, holy shit, this is very hard. And then randomly, that's when the badge appears. So, for example, Mount Everest, climbing that is very hard. Most people recognize that as very hard. Boom, fame badge. Do you get what I'm saying? And the reason why that's very important is because getting 1 million points of fame points, that will give you the Eagle Scout. And the reason why Eagle Scout is so prestigious is because if someone has the Eagle Scout badge, that's when you know, like, dude, he did the impossible. Like, he did a bunch of shit that's impossible. And the reason why I make it so that the fame badge randomly appears because of like impossible feats, I could literally come up with just a fuck ton of challenges and say that, oh, this is a very popular thing. Like, for example, there was a series that I wanted to do that was a Hotel Royale, right? And it's basically this is going to be an arc in the series now, by the way. That's how I reference the fucking series, right? And it's basically just a bunch of hotels stacked against each other and shit. And then whoever gets to reach the top, right? That's like extremely hard. That's an event, very hard on some people. There's global challenges like that all over the world, right? And so people, like for example, catching a creature that is the size of a mountain, right? Because that's an urban myth to a lot of people in civilization. They're like, oh my god, if someone would have got that, that's just impossible. A lot of people know that. It's a very popular myth. But for someone to actually do it, boom, fame badge. You get what I'm saying? So now I could just come up with whatever the fuck I want. That just sounds very hard, right? And then bam, there you go. And that's the pathway to Eagle Scout, right? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Now the reason why I say that is because the hardest fame badges to get is called the Legend badge, right? And that is a badge known for something that is so impossible and so popular that every single person in the world knows. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're literally a legend, right? And one example of someone who's famous in my story is a guy who was able to pull out this, like, he's a Arthur, by the way. He pulls out the sword of, like, oh shit, I still need to develop that, but you get the idea. And one of the main one of the guys, like whoever, maybe a side character, I don't want it to be a side character because you'll see why. His dream is to become a legend, right? And so he wants to do the most impossible thing and be recognized by everybody, right? Because I was thinking, when I was thinking about like all these badges and shit, there has to be badges where like that's literally somebody's dream, right? And so his legend badge is his dream badge. Do you get what I'm saying? And his name's Akira, by the way. So just a little. Oh shit! By the way, there's a character. He has 2 badges. One badge is a weird amalgamation of bugs. That is a companion badge. And there's another badge, there's an item badge, that's a yo-yo. You see where I'm going with this? Oh shit! Right? And when he puts like this yo-yo is very special because this yo-yo, you can put a badge on it, and whatever that he swings out, the whatever, it will summon it. Do you get what I'm saying? So like his name is Koten, by the way. Oh shit! Yeah, that's another connection. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I could, you see what I'm saying? The series that I came up with a long time ago, I could literally just add them because the possibilities are endless with something like this, especially with the power system I have, right? Another example is there's these badges called crown/torch badges, which are emblems of a nation, right? By the way, their flags, they look like badges because the representation of the power of the country is the badge itself, and that gets passed down through democracy or heritage or whatever the fuck, right? And this guy's dream is to become the president, right? And he has a famous saying, he goes, "Oorah," like that kind of shit. I wanted to put something like that because I kind of like a Guile-esque character. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, dude. Right? And then there's another character. Keep in mind, this like I'm sifting through like the little ideas, so this might take a little while. This one's going to be my last one for that one, right? There's a character who's keep in mind, they're troops. Like in Boy Scouts, they have troops, just like how pirates have pirate crews. So troops, they have their own roles and shit. And I wanted to have like a there's a role, like they have like weird names. I didn't write it down. Wow. Okay, well they have like a grub mat, like a grub dude, right? Which is basically a cook, right? And there's a series that I made a while ago called Recipe, which was terrible, like just a bad idea. And it was basically about a battle manga based off of fast food restaurants, right? And it just didn't sound like it ran well, right? But then in this context of the story, it actually makes a lot of sense. There is a famous fast food restaurant, and their delivery system is unmatched because their fast food restaurant is moving, okay? And it's like fucking, oh shit. That's how fast it was. It took my fucking headphones off, right? And the main character, he's a delivery boy, so he fucking and he's like passing it to as many scouts as he can. It's like, oh, I have like, oh yeah, he kind of looks like a, if you see like there's like a trope in New York where like there's these like paper boys that are like a bicycle, right? And they have like the phone on the side of their arm or some shit, and they're kind of like they have like a very quick mentality, like, oh, I gotta get to the next fucking person, I gotta pass this, right? Whatever, right? So this guy, this delivery boy, he's that, and I wanted to add him as like one of the main characters in the troupe. Do you know what I'm saying? He's like my Sanji basically, but he's like McDonald's. Anyways, you get the idea. And oh yeah, favorite blah, blah, blah. I jump around a lot, so like there's things that I've already covered and stuff like that. I already mentioned that. Oh yeah, legend badges, they're kind of random because like it's just like, oh, so you do something impossible, like extremely impossible, you're recognized for it. What legend badges do is when you have offspring, right? A piece of your power gets transmitted, and they're called dynasty badges. So like the Uzumakis, like their ancestor did something so impossible, so then their offspring gets like a piece of his power. That's dynasty badges. Dynasty badges, they're kind of broken because you're born with a fucking badge because you're born under fucking, you know, you get what I'm saying, right? And there's a character where he's like spoiled as fuck, and he was able to accomplish a lot of things because his parents, his ancestors, were so powerful. So like he has everything very easy in life, and I thought that was a really cool like a statement of privilege or some shit. You know what I mean? I think that's something like that. That's very important to a series like this. And dynasty badges, they can give you a power, a item, or companion, and how that works is based on the legend itself. So if a person was able to conquest a creature, that creature becomes the dynasty badge. So like they're able to summon that creature. So if their grandfather was able to vanquish a Hydra, their sons and daughters are able to summon Hydra out of them. You know what I'm saying? And the Excalibur guy, he was able to vanquish the item, the sword. So then their children are able to summon the sword itself. That's the general idea. And that's very now when you're putting it like this, it's very simple to do. You know what I'm saying? It was very random at that point. I'm gonna turn on my. You guys can like if you have any questions. I'm gonna turn on my fan because. Oh shit, dude. Okay. All right, I'll be right back.
I like how we were kind of in agreement that
Fucking hell.
you would say a concept and then we talk about it, but then it turned into zoo.
Dude, the back of my fucking knees are sweating, bro. Oh, by the way, my the troops, they have badges of their own. So like, if you're part of a troop, you have your own badge. And how that works is you have to sign up to be in a troop. So you go to your badge training center, wherever that is, and then they have to tattoo or brand you with the logo of the badge. So it's permanently like on your body, like you're part of that group. You get what I'm saying? And then so you see how I like it's reference to what we were talking about with Noel, like how like you could be part of a phantom troop or some shit. That was a way to do it for me because tattoo or brand, a permanent mark of your body that can represent what you're affiliated with. People can hide that. People can blatantly display it, right? To show you like I'm proud of the group or whatever. Some people hide it because they're ashamed of it or stuff like that because they're families that are troops, and then their families like when you're born will brand you, right? And then they're like I want to hide this as much as possible, so they wear a fucking scarf or turtleneck, or because they're ashamed of being part. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of directions you can go with this. Oh yeah, and then there's gravestones that have ID badges. So instead of just like normal gravestones with their names or whatever, it's just like a badge of honor or some shit. It's just the badge that they've been holding and the badge that all the badges are shown by. So like when someone's just like, hey, let me see your resume, all the badges show. That's where the that ID badge, right? And the gravestone is like just the badge, and you can see what they've accomplished in their life. So like when people like, oh, like my friend died or some shit, when they go to a cemetery or whatever, you just see a bunch of badges or all that stuff of people, and then you can see his friend's badge, and then you can see all the things he's accomplished. And I thought it would be a very sentimental scene. You know what I mean? Like he can look through all the badges. Like I remember when he accomplished that. I remember that. Like I thought it was a really cool, very unique scene that can only happen in a series like this. Do you get what I'm saying? This. Sorry. Do you have any questions? All right.
I feel like I had questions way back. When
Yeah, I'm really sorry. Because like I don't know if you noticed, but like I lose my train of thought very quickly at times. So like when I'm talking, I was like, oh shit, and I completely forgot what I was saying. Yeah.
About the fame badge, right?
Jesus, I'm sure. Hey,
So-
I'm sure. What's going on?
Hey, yeah. So the badges are created upon recognition of said task, right?
Yes and no. So like, fame badges are made random, like just when like I explained before. There are a lot of badges that have been predated. Oh, I forgot to mention. I created a character like an hour ago. Not an hour ago, like a couple hours ago before the stream, and he gets a. Oh, there's another rule. There's world record badges when you beat a world record and all that shit. I think I've explained that before. Everybody pretty much understands that. Okay. However, when you get a world record badge, you only get powers, and that's why it's so rare. You get what I'm saying? You don't get an item, you don't get a companion, you just get a power, right? There's a guy who gets a badge for screaming the loudest and for the longest time, and he's supposed to be my parody of Goku, by the way. And I make him the Yamcha of the series because fuck Goku. Anyways, go ahead. It's, I thought it was a cool kind of like yeah.
Yeah, question about that. You're saying powers, like when you get a power from a badge, it'll become ingrained in you, right?
Mhm.
But like when you get a world record badge, someone can still break your world record and then take the badge.
Right, yeah.
So
That'll just that'll just disappear. It's not like visibly shown. Like how like Doctor Strange like and then like an aura like an pops up. That will just not show up anymore. Do you get what I'm saying?
So someone can literally so basically you'll lose the power right then and there.
Yeah.
When someone breaks
That's
it.
it.
Okay.
And it's not like a Guinness World Record where they have to be there and like, you beat it. Like that's not that shit. The world, it's just like the system itself would just recognize it. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
So literally somebody at home just like, and then beat somebody's record. You know what I mean? Randomly. So that's why you'll see world records that are like kind of off, like really weird that not a lot of people would think of, right? So like people like wouldn't think to beat it. You know what I mean? So there's
Right.
that, yeah.
So then even among the like world record badges, some hold more weight with fame points. So like
no.
I am the fastest man alive.
So world record badges are very special because even though they sound very impossible and recognized by you would think that it falls under the rules of the fame badge, right? However, fame badges and world record badges, they look very different, and world record badges are like, for example, beating like a giant monster that seems like a myth, that kind of shit, that's a fame badge. But like drinking the most amount of water in 3 seconds, like in the 3 seconds, that kind of shit, like, or like clapping, right? Those can be world record badges, and they can suck ass. You know what I mean? And so, because here's the thing. Remember how I told you like someone at home can just fucking do this shit and get a world record badge? That world record may not be known to people. You know what I'm saying? Like that feat may not be known to people. So like I could just be like, I could just think of whatever, and that could be a world record, and you could get a power from that, but it could suck ass. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, cause it might just not be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like a clear distinction between them. However, once you get to the higher echelon, like the fastest man alive, oh shit, right? That's like very popular world record. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of people would know it, right? And that's a little tricky to kind of explain, but I wanted to clearly I don't know how to describe it yet, but I wanted to like clearly show like a feat like this would be known as a world record rather than a fame. Do you know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, in that way, most people would want a power than fame in this case. Even though fame is really important to the path of Eagle Scout, but getting a power would help you gain more. Like,
yeah, like I feel like at that point, like if I'm trying to fucking speed run this story,
yeah,
I would like train my life to be the strongest man in the world or fastest man in the world,
right,
get a good ass power, and then gain fame.
right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And the thing is, most people like. Do you remember a long time ago? I had like the 4 things that I asked people. I'm actually going to use this in like as a brainstorming technique. So what I would do is for every person that's a person of interest, I ask the passion, ambition, motivation, dedication. Right? Passion is actually a really interesting formula to use for characters because most likely people who what their passion is usually what will get them their first badge. You get what I'm saying? So if you're good at something, you know you're good at something, right? Something that might be hard for other people that might be easy for you because you're good at it, right? That will be your first badge, most likely. And I'm not saying like, because a lot of people get badges all the time, but I'm saying their first actual good one. You get what I'm saying? So that's their passion. And their ambition is their dream badge. And dream badge is like I explained before, it's like shiny Pokemon, like a random badge could be nothing to somebody, but actually something special to you, right? That will be their ambition. So they would use whatever they got from their passion to get toward their ambition, right? And then motivation is kind of like just my excuse saying like, oh, backstory. Okay, anyways. And then dedication's like, I don't know what to do for those two, but I keep them there because that's like a blank slate that I'm like, oh, okay, I could probably come up with something for that. But that's I thought that was a cool idea. Every single person in the world has a dream badge. Every single person in the world has a passion that will get them. Not every single person. Every single person of interest has passion that they will get them to their first badge. And usually in the beginning, when you're introduced to characters, oh, by the way, their ID badge will show them the badge that they hold most, like their best badge. So like the main character, he has his Taurus badge because that's his little baby. You know what I'm saying? A little baby, right? Okay, so that's the badge that will be shown in his ID badge. You know what I mean? And so shit like that. Also keep in mind, you can get duplicates, meaning like, for example, the Taurus is very unique because he's like one of a kind. But if there's like 2 copies of monsters running around, people can get one and then another one. You get what I'm saying? Or like one and another person has the same one. You know? So there's that too. So that means if I think about Hydra, right? Like there could be like 10 or Hydra is 5, but like imagine there's like 5 dragons and like there's 5 people that have like a copy of each, and then like that's like a troop or some shit. Like you could think of a lot for that. But yeah.
Right. 2 questions on that point right there. So would something like a breeder come about? Like, okay, I have 2 male, female of species. I want an army.
Yeah.
Breed it.
Yeah.
And other thing was
like speaking on that, you could make it so that like you can own them because they're your companion badges. So you can force them to have a child, and then you can make that, and then you can sell that off. Like there's some fuck people in Yeah.
What was my other thing? I'm gonna think about it.
Okay, I have questions.
Yep.
It was on the creature thing. Like, so is this just left up in the air? Like the idea of killing things, let's say, because like you're saying, when something is like a very extreme or like a good feat, basically, like killing a Hydra, and then you get the Dynasty badge, like that's a big deal. But like, what if you killed a pig? Would you say nothing would happen?
You could could dead ass. You could scam people. You could be like fucking, oh, here's a plankton. Oh, there you go. And then that's your fucking companion badge. You know what I mean? But you could scam people like that, you know?
Wait, so can companion badges are man-made?
No. Like the if you're saying like the creatures, they're not. I mean, if you technically speaking, you can like breed them and like how Josh said, then I would still not call it man-made, but like in that way, that makes sense. But the badge, I think I should make it so that there's badges that are vacant that become like companion badges. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that's like. So like the thing that captures them is an artificial thing that's like that you can buy or some shit, and then you can nick that shit. However, getting the monster is the hard part. Yeah. That's why you have hunters.
All right. I have another question, but it's like deals with writing.
Oh wait. Before that, you remember when I said about Arthur? You remember how like he when I'm referencing like, you know how he can make people kneel? You know that, like, because of his sword or whatever? I was thinking like, should I make him a hunter? Because then he's very proficient, because he can make monsters kneel before him, and then he just puts the and then he captures them, and then people are like, holy shit, this guy's fucked. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know whether or not I should, because like someone like King Arthur, you know what I mean? Being a hunter kind of sounds kind of off, right? But I thought that was like a cool idea to leave on the table. But yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say, if Josh remembers his question, because I feel like my questions could become something long.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I have one that will also kind of escalate, I think. But I remember my one quick question about you said duplicate badges. So I don't know how rare you want to go with it, but the Damascus badge, could it stack?
What do you mean?
Like, I have 2 Damascus badge. I'm gonna fucking juice up this bull like a motherfucker, and then put both of the powers.
That depends on how. Like, keep in mind the Damascus badge is not that developed. So, for example, if it's a world record badge, you can't duplicate that, right? Because so you can only get one, right? And so, depending on how the badge was gotten and how I'm gonna do it. For example, I was thinking, this is spitball. If I make it you guys know what a found badge is, right? Like, if you're the first person to see it or find it, and like you're like, oh shit, fucking like Indiana Jones type meme, you're like, and then that's your right. You immediately get the badge, and that was the requirement, just to find it, right? So if I make Damascus badge that, and if there's multiple of them, then technically you could do that, because you can get duplicates of badges. But it all depends on how the badge is gotten. So like, if it's like a treasured civilization, like only one of a kind, and like he ends up having to get one, and there's only one of a kind, you can't duplicate that. There's no way, right? But if there's like multiple over the world, like some Dragon Ball type shit, and you're like, oh shit, I got another one. And maybe developing on that, there could be like badges that stack. So like Dragon Balls, like you could have badges that are just like 1/7 of the complete badge, and you gotta find it, boom, and then you get your fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With fragmented badges, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
My question was more so.
I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down.
But my question was more like you said that the Damascus badge is like, if the level of the Damascus badge is higher, it'll give the thing you are upgrading more power.
Yeah.
So like, let's say I have 2 Damascus badge. They're both level 50, and I'm leveling up my level 1 bull. Will my bull be then level fucking 100?
No. I see what you're saying now. Now that actually makes a lot of sense, because it won't add shit. It will just make it equal to what the badge is. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was like stacking, like, bro, like, am I about to juice up? Exactly. And so like with power badges, like while they're not common, but like, let's say, like, how do I explain it? Like, let's say I go to the gym and I get like fucking 2 random power badges that make me get stronger. If like duplicates,
Okay.
will I get double the strength, or will I just get stronger from one of them?
I think that there's a lot of freedom with this, because that depends on the badge and power itself. You get what I'm saying? Like the Damascus badge is special because the condition is that it will only let it set to the level that it is. You get what I'm saying? So that's how that works, right? So it won't be able to duplicate. So at that point, I'll just, instead of just being like him finding out, I got 2. Oh shit, I can't break the system. Like, instead of I'll just make it a one of a kind badge. That way it's like more special, and so he holds it more dear to him, and then he's like very special for that reason. Just like how there's not another Gomu Gomu no Mi in the world. You know what I mean? So that could make it very special in that way. But it all depends on the badge. Like, yeah.
Mm.
How does badge trading work? Like, you can't like trade your like world record badge.
Yeah, it depends on the badge. So like your man-made badges are usually the ones that you can trade because, like, for example, man, this all depends on the
Only
badge
man-made.
itself. Yeah, well, no, it all depends on the badge itself, right? The world record badge would not make sense to trade because you are the one that did it. You know what I mean? And keep in mind, a lot of badges are ingrained into your identity, and you die with them, right? So there's if you get a world record badge, like that's yours unless somebody fucking takes it, obviously, right? But like for example, badges where like there's transactional things like favor badges, you capture a monster, right? And then you can sell it. You can give it to the highest bidder. You can make it into a sweepstakes, right? You could be like, hey, I'll give you that badge if you give me this badge, right? That kind of shit. And you can do that for items, money, and by the way, that's how they transact money, right? You can items, money, companion, like things, like creatures, and all that shit. So it all depends on the badge. But usually, from how I'm seeing it, it would be man-made badges. The reason why I'm doing this is so that you can't be like, I'm gonna log into my second account and I will gift myself this. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to make the badges that they get special. That will make them like appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sorry about that.
About tournament holders,
What is that?
you think maybe a tournament, like there's gonna be tournaments, right?
Right.
Where you could get a.
What was your
ability
second
to-
word? You said tournament holders?
Yeah,
Yeah.
holders.
Okay.
Like people who like hold tournaments.
Oh, okay.
Like, you think maybe that they might have the ability to trade badges? It's pretty
They
useless
might
if you
have
think
the
about it.
ability to trade badges.
If you get consent from two people to trade badges, but like you won't probably do anything.
So trading badges is very tricky because it's not just like there's a balancing mechanism that I want to put in, which is that by you getting like you achieving something and you just giving away your achievement, it doesn't sound like that means anything. Do you get what I'm saying? So so that's why trading is very tricky to put in. That's why man-made badges are easier because if you won the lottery and you're like, oh, I can have an opportunity to sell it, and that's a favor badge, which is a man-made badge. There you go. You could do it. You get what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that I have for that. And for tournament holders, usually the one tournament that I'm thinking about right now is the tournament that has the grand fame badge or whatever, whatnot, right? This is my excuse for making a tournament, right? But I think it's a good excuse. I think it fits well in the world, right? But I wouldn't want it to be like, because if you think about it, right, it sounds like a neat idea to just be like, hey, I'll give you $1 billion. Give me the little creature, right? Or give me my mom back. Oh, actually, you could do that because it's a favor badge, man-made badge, right? But that's kind of fucked up, actually. If you, like, for example, if you win a tournament and then you just sell off your thing, it doesn't, like, if it's well, actually, now I'm thinking about it, it actually makes sense you could do that because some tournaments, there are a bunch of elites that are like, let's put in a bunch of money, fuck yeah, right? And then whoever wins that, they get the money. You can then trade that if you want, right? If it's an item, you can then trade that if you want, right? Because it's man-made, where they put the item like that, and then it's like, all right, whoever wins, whatever. But the main tournament is the one where it's so impossible to win that when they win, they get a fuck ton of fame points for that. You get what I'm saying? So I can see what you're saying, and I think that's, yeah. Like, you could trade that depending on the tournament.
What if one person, like his badge was the ability to trade badges, right? And it kind of like breaks the rules of what you have. And so the reason he got this is because he set up the strongest like tournament in the world. And so that everyone like goes into the tournament, the reason of winning is to take one of the other person's abilities or badge. So if you got in a battle royale and the one who placed like on first place, right? He'd be able to take one of the badges from the 99 other participants, or one of the 99 other participants.
Voice
You know what
is
I mean?
different, man.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So like,
Just like
there's a
throwing out
very
an idea.
there's a very unique penalty in that tournament where like they lose their. See, the thing is that adds a very interesting and new mechanic to the system where somebody
Yeah,
can
like-
actually lose their badge artificially. You get what I'm saying? So like a world record badge, losing their badge actually makes sense. You know what I mean? But like, because somebody takes your record, right? But for a tournament where like they set the condition where like, oh, you can actually take so many badges. I don't know how that would be possible. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and keep in mind that sounds like a cool, like actually really interesting. Like it could be a really cool story mechanic where like somebody waits for one person's like, oh, I need that guy's badge, right? Somebody waits for them to enter, and then all right, let's enter, and then they enter into the.
Sanji and invisible fruit.
Wait, what?
You know how like Sanji wanted to be invisible?
Yeah,
Like then
yeah.
he probably wants like that, but he like beat the other guy up.
Right. I still have to think, because here's the thing. When you say, keep in mind, things like this can be tricky. When you say an idea that sounds game-breaking, it sounds cool at the time, but you have to gauge because when you think of something, especially in a story like this, where there's like a bunch of, like, you can have a fucking domino effect of stuff, right? If you think of something game-breaking, and you're like, oh, I didn't think how it would affect all this shit, it could fuck up everything. Do you get what I'm saying? So like that kind of stuff I have to sleep on and I have to like think about, because like stuff like that you could really fuck with like a lot of shit, right? A lot of this stuff, like I think of it as a game. Like you have to balance the game. You have to like make sure everything is like, when someone does something, it makes sense for that to happen. You know what I mean? So like when I have like a something like that, it's like I like the idea, but like I have to think about it. But yeah, sorry. Doesn't that mean that somebody would have yeah, you would, like how you said, there would be a person that was able to do that power, right?
But only with consent though, right? Like he needs to get the other two people's, the other participating members' consent.
Right, but then like, because if I was in that situation, I was like, man, bitch, I'm not giving you that fucking, like, what the fuck? Hell no, I'm just gonna leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I was thinking like, before, when you like sign up to something before you agree to it, like the terms and agreements before you use
Right,
the
like a
phone,
contract. Yeah.
Yeah, you press yes, and then like you can use the phone afterwards,
Right.
and you can't like say no afterwards, you know?
Yeah, that's very tricky. That's like I like your mindset, because like Mr. In anything that when I talk about him, he always thinks like, how do I find a loophole? How do I break this game? Right? And I like that. So
Loopholes could be
that's really
nice,
cool.
though.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Yeah.
really cool exceptions and stuff. So I'm gonna write that down.
That is a fun idea, for sure.
Oh, Noah, did you have a question?
Yeah. The question was about. I already forgot his name. I wanted to call him Mitsuki, but that's not his name.
Mutsuki, yeah. I know, I gotta change the name. I just use it as a placeholder.
With his motive for not being a NEET anymore, like doing actual shit, I don't understand where that's coming from.
Yeah, the main factor of that will be the second main character. So I haven't developed that part, but I know the end goal of that part is that he will stop being it, and he will have to become like, that will be his dream of getting like, because you guys know I relate to this a lot. Like, you know how randomly you fucking standing on a ceiling, you fucking on nhentai.net or fucking whatever, and then randomly something in your head clicks with you, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I want to get my shit together. You ever feel that? You want to get you want to like just stop being a fucking asshole, like stop being a loser, right? And you just want to like, you want to do something with your life. You know, that feeling is very relatable, and that's why I want to implement that in the story. I don't have a reason yet, but I know that will be the conclusion that the main character makes. You know what I mean? From a NEET, from someone who's a loser, who's a NEET, to wanting to be somebody in life. That's a very, very relatable theme. You get what I'm saying? It's very powerful in a series like this. So that I know that was the conclusion I want to make. But the reason for that has to stem from the second main character, because he is like, it's like you're the loser, and then your friend's doing something with his life, right? You talk to this friend, like he's always online, you're like, oh shit, I can play with him all this time. You're like best friends online, right? You meet him in person, you find out that you're a fucking loser compared to this guy, right? That must hurt. Do you get what I'm saying? You play games all the time and all this stuff, and then he goes on a hiatus. You don't like. It was like, oh, well, I guess I'm gonna just keep playing fucking games. And he becomes the Eagle Scout, right? And when he comes back, he's like, oh, hey, what have you been doing? Are you good? And you're just like, I'm a platinum now in the game. He's like, it's great, congratulations. You feel like a loser at that point, right? That's a very powerful theme, I think, in the series. So, I think I'm gonna have that set in as part of my one shot. Like, he was like, yeah, you done fucked up, buddy. Like that's his main thing. And then, you know, if people want more, they're gonna have to fucking link to my Patreon. Okay, yeah. I like that angle.
Okay.
Yeah, that was nice. Good. Good
All
stuff.
right.
I can't sit for too long.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Quick question here. With the whole like legendary families, like you've accomplished this, you know, mythic beast you've caught, or you know, whatever, like
Right.
Arthur's pulling whatever,
Right.
passing it on to the families. Would those kids want to be in troops in the first place, or would their families be?
So here's the thing. Okay, some will, like, there's troops that are literally families. You know what I mean? Like when you're born, they're like, let's fucking brand this kid. There you go, right? And then there are some troops where like they don't even know who their father is. You know, like there's a person who has a dynasty badge, and his main, like, that's the Koten. That's his case. He doesn't know who his father is, but he has a dynasty badge. You know what I mean? So his thing is like, who the fuck is my pops, bro? You know what I mean? Right? And so that's a really cool thing to do in with dynasty badges, I'd say. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, and my question, what is the name of the like end game gate? The starts with an A.
Agartha.
Agartha, thank you. I fucking didn't want to butcher it. With the Agartha like layout that you were like talking about before, if you went to like the first route with, you achieved Eagle Scout, that is the key to the Agartha. Here's the next set, like layer of story, like part 2, basically.
Yeah.
How the living fuck are you gonna do that? Like,
okay, all right. So here's. I referenced this. I said this in the last stream, but I'm gonna repeat it again because I actually like this idea. You know what I mean? It's very hype, right? So I think Noel knows this because he was on the fucking last podcast. But Monsieur, I think I mentioned this as well. And basically, so he gets the Eagle Scout badge, okay? And he's like, oh, I'm in the same level as my best friend now, or some shit, okay? And people like, there's like a rumor like, oh shit, there's actually an underground. Okay, this is the route that you're talking about. There's like an underground, right? And the only way to get in, and then it shows like, and then you see like the it's like a you know, like a lock of a key, like the you know what I mean? Yeah. Please make him react. Don't worry about that. That's gonna be the second segment. So right after this podcast, I think you guys up after 12. Because I think once it hits like 12 or something, I want to move on to that. Because I think there's still a little bit more juice. We could do a little earlier, but that's going to be the second segment.
Are you dancing, Noel? What are you doing?
I don't know, he's doing a Monsieur thing. You know how Monsieur, he like can't stop moving? Like he's just like doing this shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Right? But don't worry about it. I got you. Someone said that in chat, so I just
Well,
want to...
looks like a lot
That's going to be the second segment, so, you know, just...
Never mind, I won't say it.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Wait, what were you saying, Josh?
I was just wondering, like, are you gonna do like?
Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Okay, I'm sorry. Right, the so like it goes zooms in, and then it shows you, like, you know how like there's like a slot, like a hole, kind of a hole or some shit, like an indent, and that's the you can tell, like, based on the shape of it, it's like that's the Eagle Scout badge, right? And that's supposed to be like, oh shit, what the fuck? Because then to the audience they're like, that's, you know, the only way you can get in is by being an Eagle Scout. So like, what the fuck is at the other side of the door? You know what I mean? And the main character, he's an Eagle Scout, right? But what's weird is, like, how come he's not there, right? And later you find out once the main character goes inside, there are people that are all Eagle Scouts and shit. And then he's like looking for his friend or some shit, right? And then they're like, oh, actually, he was too much of a fucking bitch to come here. You know what I mean? So just to give more hype to like, what the fuck is in this place? You know what I mean? So like, this whole time, this whole series, the second main character, he was too scared to go down there, right? And I wanted to have a scene where like he wanted to go in, but like his hand was so like he just couldn't. He was like a phobia of it or some shit, agarthophobia. I don't know. Anyways, sorry. Man, that's how I want this the premise of the second part of the series. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, do you guys know that when you look at the analytics of my last video, I mean you guys can't see that, but like when I check the analytics of my video, you can see where people are from, right? Like that viewed the video. A lot of people come from like Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, right?
Really?
Yeah. Because I was like,
Probably that behind you.
that's really cool, you know?
Really? Watch it be all your cousins.
That was a good one. That was a good one. You have to be challenged to lose a world record badge. Oh, well, someone in the chat was saying, well, you could literally just be at home and like do fucking, you know, you like, I fapped 60 times in a row. That's a world record. Boom, you get a badge. Like right after you nut, the fucking the badge, like that kind of shit. You could literally do it anywhere. As long as you beat the record, you'll get it. And you could take somebody's badge from it or some shit. But yeah.
I'm fucking tired of fighting Russians.
Thanks for that, John. Appreciate it. Thanks.
No, I'm playing a game right now. I've been fighting Russians all day.
Okay. But the reason, remember when I was mentioning like the classifications of the power system or whatever, and you can like take something in like red or blue and then mix it into purple? With this system, it's actually very interesting because you can literally be like, okay, a world record badge, can it be upgradable? Or like a found badge,
Dude,
could it be a legend badge? Or like, you can see what I'm saying? Like you can take literally like pieces of it and then make so many combinations of badges that could be possible, right? And here's one cool one. My placeholder name for the badge is called Waldo badge, right? And it's a badge that is fleeting. So like you'll get it and it'll just disappear, right? So, and it's upgradable. All you have to do is keep finding it. You get what I'm saying? So, like, so you could go anywhere with this. You could take a badge and like you can get it, and then the condition of one of the conditions of the power is that it will disappear after a while. So you have to keep finding it, right? And then like if you don't find it at a certain time, you'll lose that power or some shit. Like you could, you know, this is like, you know, yeah. Okay. Is
sexy.
yeah. Do you guys have any more questions? We can then move on to the next segment if you want.
Yeah.
You're gonna have organizations that revolve around one power, right? Or something like that. Like
yes and
you know
no.
how,
Like you can have organizations that are, for example, there's organizations where they manufacture the companion badges. So like you have slaughterhouses, like quote unquote slaughterhouses, where they breed a bunch of creatures and shit, and it's like mass produce these creatures. So you'll see like massive duplicates, like all the fucking normies, they have like the same creature with them. You know what I mean?
Dog.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like you can buy a dog this way. You know what I mean? You can buy a pet this way, right? And that's like a major corporation. They can they sift. You know what I mean? And like there could be an organization that documents badges. So they're like what's it called? For like creatures, they can be like, oh, okay, like this creature found, and then it's like here's like they can document the badges and stuff like that. They can classify them and shit like that. I think, you know, that's kind of cool. But there's also a class. This is like a thing already like that with Eagle Wiki, which documents badges that they find or like the requirement. Josh, did I tell you about the fortune cookies? Okay, so fortune cookies. This is cool. I just like fortune cookies. I think they're cool, right? Fortune cookies. So like, you know, there's like right.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this series, there's a company that makes these fortune cookies, right? And they look like booster packs, okay? And people can buy them and they can crack it open. Remember, I think I said like one of the main things is that there's the way the badge looks, what you need to do to get the badge, and what the badge gives you, right? So these fortune cookies, they're like randomly generated. Like you can crack them open, and then it says like a requirement of a badge that hasn't been gotten yet or whatever, right? So like and it just says the requirement or reward. So it'll say like gives you 10 fame points, or like you need to climb Mount Everest, right? And it's just a little slip of paper. That information is valuable, okay? Because 90% of the badges are unknown. They don't know what they look like. They don't know what they look like. They don't know how to get all that shit, right? So having that information is extremely like, you know? So there's a streamer on this website called Scouts Live. This is in the story, by the way, right? And all he does is he like buys a bunch of fortune cookies, opens them, and he's like, guys, look, look what I found, right? It's like a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh box opener, right? And he updates the Eagle Wiki. He's like, okay, new badge, and there's like a unknown insignia or whatever, and he's like, the requirement is this and whatever, right? And people donate to him. They're like, hey, do more, and he's like a massive source of information in the series, you know. And he's based off of two main streamers. He's based off of Moist Critical, who's like YouTube Jesus, and Trainwrecks, which is my favorite streamer, because like Moist Critical does like Yu-Gi-Oh box openings, and then Trainwrecks, he like opens CS:GO packs, like CS:GO like boxes, and they all like crazy like reactions and shit, you know. And I thought it was a cool reference to that. But yeah, that's that. Okay. Do you guys want to? Oh, sorry, I saw something on the list. There are badges that are actually illegal or forbidden. That's very important to the series as well. So there's a organization that's like the Navy from One Piece, and they're the Boy Scouts in my series. They dress like Boy Scouts, and their main thing about this their organization is fairness. They make sure that the system that is going on, they make sure that people are playing fair. So they're not cheating, or like they're not like killing people to get information on badges, like that kind of shit. Oh wait, number 7, you're.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, I see you, my boss.
Oh me.
Yo, Eli, we're gonna start another tier list soon. So you know, just bear with me real quick. Let me just move this up.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on, let me switch you guys real quick. But oh yeah, so yeah, there's like. So anybody who tries to knowingly go for forbidden or illegal badges are then scouted out by the Boy Scouts, and you can get arrested and shit like that. And also, being arrested is a badge that you can get, and it permanently goes on your ID. So like somebody tries to like a resume or some shit, they're just like, oh, you got a badge that says you got arrested 5 times. I see you, my boss. You gotta get the fuck out of
You
here.
gotta max that shit,
kind of
bro.
shit.
Y5. Make
Man,
it
shut your ass up, man. Okay. Let me move. Alright, Eli's here. On here. And for sure. Here. There you go. Okay, there you go. Everyone's set. Okay. This will be the last time. Sorry. Oh, actually, there's a scene where there's a what's it called? So like this guy, he's like an Indiana Jones type character. I really like Indiana Jones, right? So there's an Indiana Jones type character. He finds this found badge, and once he finds it, like the badge activates some shit where it like starts collapsing the whole establishment, right? But then like this is just a scene, an idea, right? But then the creature in the it's a companion. The creature in the badge, like I was thinking, like maybe like he's like based off of Anubis or some shit, right? And then like Anubis like holds up the, and then he's like you know what I mean? Like he's not gonna really do that, but yeah, like I thought that was a cool scene. You know what I mean? To show like their badges like that, and like having Anubis as your companion is kind of badass. You know what I mean? So okay, all right, guys. Oh wait, one more thing.
One more thing. 2 more things.
Yo, you funny as fuck, bro. All right. Okay. So there is like there's ideas for badges I had. Like, keep in mind that the silhouette of the badge, like the shape of it. Here, check out this Beyblade. Here, the silhouette of the badge matters, because everything is in this series is visual. It has to be because it's a fucking comic. But it's also like I like to see the thing, right? And so if you see like a certain shape, you can tell, like even though it's like blacked out, all you see is the silhouette of the badge. You can tell like, oh, that's a world record badge, because like the outer layer of it is supposed to denote something about the badge. That's why the look of the badge is very important, because just by the look of it, you can get hints of like what it does or like stuff like that, right? So favor badges are, I was thinking like it's going to be hexagons, but I didn't think hexagons was as cool as another shape. I was thinking pentagons. Pentagons is just a stronger shape. I think it's nice looking. So favor badges, all of them have a very simple pentagon shape, because favor badges are very common, so like you'll see a lot of them out. And then keep in mind, favor badges was supposed to look like spades, because in this series there's a corporation called Atlas Corp. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember what Atlas Corp was, but I'm adding that into the series. Also, there's a bounty hunter, and I forgot to mention this. There's a bounty hunter, right? And he gets badges for killing people, right? And his name is Vulcan. Okay, let's go back to the... Okay, let's go back to the suit, right? Okay, so the pentagons, they're supposed to be spades, because like if you go like this, and you can like do little indents here, they look like a really janky-ass spade, but that's what favor badges all look like, right? Because there's a whole corporation that like regulates, like a stock trade. They regulate the badges, favor badges, and stuff like that. And like they have little centers called badge trading centers. And badge trading centers is an acronym for Bitcoin, BTC. Sure, I'm not saying, right? Because I don't know, I thought Bitcoins was kind of cool, right? And there's like do you guys know this? There's a car company called Koenigsegg, which is like I think a Swedish car company. They make nice fucking cars, right? And like you know how like England, they have like family crests that are like shields, right? That's what dynasty badges look like, because like every dynasty, like, because it kind of, you know, I love the shield. I think that's a cool looking for a badge. And that they're like crests for the families, and they describe like for example, for the Excalibur, it's like a big sword in the middle, you know, that kind of jank shit. And then there's like jigsaw puzzles that are for badges, but I don't know what that is. I just think jigsaw puzzles look kind of cool. Bagdix. Whew. Okay. Just want to double check. You guys have no questions, right? I feel like I've gone on for too long at this point.
My dude's breaking it the fuck down.
I was gonna ask about the Taurus.
Yeah, sure.
Are you planning on making it like change besides like a fighting style, or like how it was learning like that? Like will the creature itself have any character development, you think?
Yeah,
Or is that
yeah. So at first I was like, can it talk? Like when it upgrades to a certain point, it just starts talking. So like it like the Oni, and it just starts talking to him, and he's just like, oh shit, dude, you can fucking change back, bro. You know what I mean? That's not much of a character development. I just thought it was kind of quirky and it was funny. But as for like the character itself, I think it's actually should be like a must-have for any character, even a companion, to have some sort of character development. And for one, I think it should start to learn, like as a kid, like a little baby, it doesn't know, but once it starts Oni form, sooner or later, there's going to be a kind of like a back and forth with the main character, because it starts to realize like, I was stolen from my parents, and I was made a slave to this fucking loser. You know what I mean? And then like it kind of changes its opinion on the main character, right? But then like what would be kind of interesting is like maybe he'll come back to the main character, because like once he starts fighting, he's like, I learned all this from the guy. You know what I mean? All of the stuff is like fighting styles, like, oh shit, I learned it all from the guy. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of cute, but still need to develop on that. Yeah. Is there a badge for everything, including murder? Yeah, there is a badge for how many people you've killed, and it upgrades. And that's an illegal badge, because they're badges for doing crimes. They're badges for the world record of the amount of people you've killed. Those are illegal. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a fucking crime, you know? Yeah, but that's what that is. Just double check. Oh yeah, you guys remember the Corvidaes? They're like a whole family of their information gatherers and stuff like that. They're known for that. I'm gonna think of incorporating them into the series as well. Yeah. Okay. Let's just move on to the tier list. I think that's what a lot of people are looking for right now. So, and you know, but yeah, if there's like, because I'm gonna rewatch this later on, because you know, But yeah, okay. All right. Don't leave the call because I'm just gonna end the stream and then restart the stream and then another weird, you know, schmittamattnitz, right? Okay.